All right, I'm about to do this again. I had another live stream, but I said some shit I didn't want to say. I don't really want to put too much of my business on here. So, but the more people that like you, the more horrible you are as a person. And I don't want to say I'm speaking in general. I'm speaking more so in this world we're in, this society we're in. I need to stop fucking saying world. The world is fine. The world is nothing wrong with the world. It's this society. So like in this society, the average person's a degenerate. So you have to take into that effect that if this person, if too many people like you, first of all, you should only want somebody to like you if they could benefit you. And even then, if you're really an intelligent person, you wouldn't need anybody to benefit to you because you're the one who knows what the fuck you're doing. So even then, like you should never want anyone to like you in general. You should just be yourself. And if anyone comes towards you and gravitates to you, that's who you need to align with. Because anybody who has a problem with you and they have something to say, first of all, you need to be like, first of all, I don't give a fuck if you don't like me. And secondly, are you paying my bills? Are you benefiting me? Are you doing something for me? If you're not doing any of that shit to me, if you're not doing anything to benefit and help me, then you're not important. That's the time we're in. Anybody that doesn't benefit you, who can't give you something, who can't do nothing for you, who can't give you no knowledge, who can't, they're nobody. They're useless. Like even when I go, like I'll be watching YouTube channels, and let's just say there's like like I bought a TV, right? And this TV, I needed help setting it up. I went on YouTube, and there was a YouTube channel, and he was teaching me how to set it up. After I watched his video, I disliked it because you're fucking useless. First of all, a TV is fucking retarded. So the information you're giving me is not beneficial. So what's beneficial is somebody who's helping you spiritually, or they're helping you physically, like they're giving you some money, or that's it. If somebody teaches you how to um, fix a computer or do something mundane, that's not what I'm talking about. Those people are fucking retarded because first of all, a computer is fucking stupid. Why the fuck do you? I'm not saying you shouldn't use a computer, but I'm not gonna respect you for teaching me how to use it because you're not, unless you're gonna give me one for free. If you're not gonna give me nothing, you can get the fuck out of my motherfucking face. The more people that like you, the more horrible of a person you are in this society, in America, in this corporation. Not this country, this company, because America is a company and you're a fucking employee. That's why you got to take your ass to Walmart and go put in hours. And if you complain and if you go take a break, when you feel like taking a break, they're going to fire you because this is a company. If you don't pay rent, they're going to evict you. You see them? They don't. This company doesn't give a fuck because it's a company. A company's in the business of doing business and making money. It's not about actually, because the people who run this company, they have no interest in you. Therefore, the people don't have no interest in it. This is why crime exists. This is why Gen Z doesn't want to fucking work because there's no reason to, because there's no benefit. Nobody's benefiting anyone. The only people that are benefiting is the people, the slaves, the benefiting the masters. The masters, the government doesn't do shit. The government's never gave me nothing. The government has never done anything for me, has never done anything for anyone. The government is there to scam. It's no different than a Nigerian scammer or a credit card scammer. Like there's no point to them other than for their own benefit. That's the government. They're useless. You see? So in this corporation, in this in this company, everything. This is what I mean when I say the more people that like you in this company, because this company ain't shit. So if people like you within this company, then you're doing something wrong. You're doing something wrong. You don't want. I'm not saying nobody should like you, but if too many people like you, you're doing something wrong. Like look at Kai Cenat. I don't even think he has as many followers as they say he does. Like all the popularity, he's not as what you. He's like they put him out there, but you see how everyone is like, oh, everyone knows him. You don't want to be known like that. You don't want to be known unless you're somebody who's trying to defraud people. Like you have a pyramid scheme and you want people to invest in your pyramid scheme so you can steal their money and get the fuck on and run off what they check. Unless you're doing that business, you don't need a lot of people to like you. And actually, that's the only time you want people to like you, if you're trying to defraud people. This is why the government needs you to pay attention to what the fuck Donald Trump's doing. I don't give a fuck about what the fuck that nigga's doing, other than he got tested positive for a disease and he's about to die. That's the only time I actually tuned into any of that bullshit. But other than that, there's nothing that I need to know about Donald Trump. There's nothing he's doing is important. This is why they have to keep advertising. Anything that's an advertisement, anything that got to shove in your face, that's somebody with no energy. Why you think everything that's an advertisement, everything that they market, like you know how they tell like marketing. I'm a marketer. I'm gonna market advertisement. Anything that has to advertise or market is useless. Microsoft needs to advertise their shit because it's useless. You don't need to advertise something that's in the business of I already need it. Nobody's advertising I need to breathe oxygen. Nobody's advertising that to go and spend currency so you can survive. No one's everyone's advertising stupid shit that's pointless. This is why they have to advertise it, because if they didn't need to advertise it, you would already know about it and you'll be doing it. You see what I'm saying? So everything they just show you, this whole system is shit. Nothing in the system. Even this whole YouTube thing, how they put the views. Why the fuck are they like? I hate seeing this shit. The views and the likes. What does it matter how many people watch my fucking video? How many people are in there's 4 people in the room? Why the fuck does it fucking matter? So it shows you the people who make these platforms, they have some type of validation issue, and they taught society and most people to have that issue. Because why is there a like button? Why is there a view button? Why is there this showing me how many people in the room? I don't give a fuck how many people in the room, but I'm forced to see it. You can't even turn it off. So they want you in their world. Why doesn't it just have YouTube and why does it I gotta see how many people are in my room? Why can't you turn it off? Or why can't you turn off how many views or how many likes? They removed the dislike button. You see how they removed the dislike button? Because it didn't benefit them. Because they want you to think people actually are in agreement to this degenerate shit. So they have to remove the dislike button, because if they do some stupid shit like Donald Trump just fucking gave 2,000 stimulus, like the dumbest what the fuck? Like, that's the stupidest shit. That's one of the dumbest shit ever. Giving $2,000. Like, not that it's bad, but it ain't good. Like, why the fuck am I in a situation where I even need $2,000? You stupid idiot. And then you try to sell it to me like, oh my goodness, we're getting $2,000. Like, stupid shit like that. So they have to advertise that shit to you, and then they remove the dislike button. Because if I go and dislike a video that Donald Trump approved 2,000, and I dislike the video because I don't give a fuck about that stupid dingy ass little peanut chump change, then you can't see that I dislike the thing. But then if I liked it, then then you can see that. Fuck, that's what I'm saying. Like, just look at society. Like, why are things the way they are? Why is there a like button? Why does something have to work? Why does the term advertisement and marketing even exist? Anything that you see that's an advertisement is fucking useless. It's pointless. Everything. It has no. That's why they have to advertise it. They said, "Oh, I have a marketing budget of 100,000. That means you're telling me your product is shit." No, that is not important, because if it was important, it would be already selling itself. Your product is shit. Whatever you're trying to sell to me is pointless, and you need to sell it to me and spend money on it. People, it's all about seeking some type of validation. And if you have a business and you're in that world because you feel like that's what you need to do to survive, then do what the fuck you got to do. Just like if I was selling some fucking dope and somebody ran off with my shit, I'm gonna shoot you in your fucking kneecaps and I'm gonna kidnap your motherfucking grandma, and it's just business. Just like if I go to McDonald's and they fire me because I come in late and I tell the boss I don't feel like coming to work, they're gonna fire me. That's business. It's life. So if I'm trying to be a serial killer and I want to go and kidnap your motherfucking kids and keep them in a basement and chop their fucking head off and put it over a fucking river, that's just life. That's just me being a serial killer. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Not to say I'm gonna do that, because I ain't trying to go to fucking jail. But you see what I'm fucking saying. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just business. It's always when it's convenient for them. It's only convenient for them. When it's convenient for the average person, then it's a crime. It's negative. The motherfuckers in the office, they don't have to go to work because they get taxpayer money. But if a homeless person wants to go get something to eat and he doesn't want to go to work, then it's a crime. He has to go to jail. He's shamed upon. It's so bad. It's to the point where there's actually homeless people who like living in a tent and not working. They have to crack down. This is why they're trying to make homelessness illegal now, because too many. First of all, they say, "Oh, you're homeless." Maybe if we make them homeless, then it will incentivize them to actually become a taxpayer, and so we can leech off them because the government likes to leech off the people. That's called a taxpayer, a person that's getting leeched from. So when you don't want to be a piece of shit taxpayer to this bum ass fucking government, then they got to scare with homelessness. But now, since a lot of people are doing van life and being homeless and nobody gives a fuck anymore because we're in a different ship and people don't care about material dumbass shit like they used to. Yeah, there are some stupid motherfuckers who do care about it. And I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't do whatever the fuck you want to do. But at the same time, since there's a lot of people who are waking up, you see how they're trying to make it illegal now and make it even more like it's an issue, it's a problem. It's all this. You see how they try to do it now? The more people that like you, the more horrible you are as a person. That's how it is in this society. If we were in a utopic society that was ran in harmony and peace and love and light, whatever the fuck you want to call it, just it was in harmony, then that would obviously that wouldn't apply because whatever you're doing for people to like you is righteous. You get what I'm saying? But in this society, if you're respected in a society, you're a hard worker. Being a hard worker means you're working a whole bunch of hours, you're wasting your fucking life, you're a degenerate, and you're a taxpayer, and you don't do nothing positive for anybody but a Masonic family by them leeching your taxes. That's what a good citizen is. If society likes you for that, then you're a piece of shit. You serve no purpose, and that's karma. That's America. You guys think karma just killing somebody, and that's a certain type of karma. You kill somebody, you got to pay for that. But being a participant in the system, paying taxes and not waking up, that's fucking karma. And you're gonna get. This is why everyone's complaining about the inflation going up. And don't get me wrong, the government gets their karma too. They get their shit. Their shit is a lot worse. But these the inflation, I can't afford this. I'm getting divorced. I'm this. I can't get this. And everyone's always complaining. That's the collective karma because you accept this bullshit. You're a fucking degenerate. So you're getting what the fuck that you're creating. People have a choice. None of this has to be. Anytime you turn on the news and they always talk about these current events and this hurricane and the inflation and the food prices, that shit is all fucking fake. It's not real. It doesn't have to be like that. Anytime you're complaining about something, you're the problem. It's not what you're complaining about, because what you're complaining about is fake. 99% of the things you could complain about is fake. It's created. The government created. And the government, what they complain about is something that they can't, that's actually real. Like when you complain about money, that's fake. You complain about having to go to work, that's fake. The government, what they complain about is real. Their spirit is damned. So therefore, they have cursed lives. Their lives are cursed. So when they die, they're going to be cursed. That's something real. So that's their complaint. That's real. They can't run away from that. So this is why they have to project their pain onto the people by making taxes, making bills. This is one of the reasons. Because what's their complaint, they can't run away from it, and they're damned for eternity. Your complaint is something fake that they made out of their frustration for their problems, because we're in this reality, everyone has problems. But there's big problems, there's little problems. There's problem like somebody gave me $100 bill instead of 250s. I needed 250s. That's a problem, but that's a good problem because you got fucking 250s or 100. That's still a fucking money. But then there's negative problems like, nigga, your money just got fucking shredded in the fucking shredding machine, and now your money is string cheese. You see what? That's a different problem with money. So there's good problems and there's bad problems. So in this reality, there's always gonna be fucking problems. But what is your problem? And how do you perceive that problem? There could be two homeless people. One person's a bum and the other person's a bum. One person's happy. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't need things. He's more at peace than the person who's the same bum and he needs a car. He needs a house. I'm not saying if you need a car, you need a house, but just go get. That's why one thing that pisses me off about Gen Z, they complain so much, but then they don't do shit to fix their situation. I hate a motherfucker that complains, but they don't do nothing to get. Like, if you complain that you're broke and you need money, then go get money. And then you try to look at other people. Oh, you're a loser. You don't do anything, bitch. You don't do shit, but you're bitching about it. The person who doesn't do shit but is at peace with it is in a better mind space than you. You're in hell more than him because you care about it. He doesn't give a fuck about the problems you care about, and you don't even have the balls to even. You don't even have the competency to even fix your problem. So you're the worst type of person. It'd be one thing if you let your pain be your motivation. That's one thing. But if you let your pain be your pain and you have no motivation, then you're like the worst piece of shit in the world. You're somebody who's suffering but can't get out of it versus somebody who's suffering who likes it. I'd rather be the person who's suffering that likes it versus the person who's suffering but hates it but can't get out of it. You're a dumb fuck, and you're like one of the worst type of people, nigga. You just need to just kill yourself at that fucking point. Fuck out of here. More people that like you, the more horrible you are as a person. You can't convince me of that in 2025. When I see a lot of people like somebody, I look at you as somebody I want to stay away from. If you got too many friends, if you're cool with too many people, I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you. I don't like people who like too many who are cool with everyone. Especially if you see somebody, especially if they're a grown ass man, woman, and they like everyone, or everyone likes them. You have to question, like, why the fuck did everyone like you, nigga? Like, the average person's a lame. The average person has some type of like, they're not right in the brain. So if you're getting respect from a large majority of the people, and we already know based upon facts, based upon just observing social media, based upon look at the average person, they're pieces of shit. Then you're respected by people who are nobody. Like, I can't fuck with you at this point. Back in 2010, 2020, it kind of wasn't as bad as it is now, but now it's like everybody is getting worse now because the food, the chemicals in the food, in the air, and coupled with the social media, all of that combined is making people a different type of person. Remember, I told you, if you go back like 100 years ago, people talked and act different. If you go watch a movie from the 80s, people talk and acted different. Go watch a movie from the 90s, people talk and acted different. But I would say 2020, that was a different shift. So before 2020, it was building up till 2020, but 2020 was a cutoff point where it was a new shift where people started talking and acting different. So from 2020 to now, it keeps going. So right now, people aren't the same as they were back in like 2017. It's a different type of people, even though you could kind of see its similarity, but it's because we're going into a different show. The average human being is dead. Not all, but most human beings, they're dead inside. They don't have they've given up on life. They're lost. So this is why I say, if those people like you have all these social media influencer people be like, first of all, if you're gonna be a social media influencer and you want views on the internet, your first thing should be about money. How many these are, like, if you get 10,000 views, you should be looking at those views as clients, people you can sell something to. And I'm not saying it's all about the money, but if you're gonna be in that world of trying to get numbers on social media, you should be looking at all your numbers as clients, potential clients. How much can this person sell me? Can you guys hear me? Because I have my Bluetooth on. I hope you guys can hear me. I think you just let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me. But you should be or if you guys could have heard me before because I had my Bluetooth on. Okay, good. But what was I saying? If you're worried about views and shit, it should be about selling the product. Because that's all. There's no way that you're getting 10,000 views on a video and all of these people, and I'm gonna get your comments, guys, and all of these people in your comments have 10,000 views are real people. And you guys are talking about, oh, it's bots, it's view bots and all that. There's that too, but this video is not about that. Obviously there's view bots, but we're talking about people who aren't view bots, and I'm gonna get to all the questions. We're talking about people who aren't view bots, who are out there. Everyone keeps talking about this AI shit, like the average person isn't AI. Like you can literally have you can literally have an AI conversation with somebody, and in some cases, depending on who you're talking to, the AI is more entertaining than the real person, to be honest. And that's not to say AI is entertaining. It's just that's to say that most people are degenerate. People act like AI is something. Oh, I'd rather talk to a real person than an AI. And I can see if you try to fuck a real person than an AI, but when you're saying, depending on the individual, AI is no different than the actual person. Obviously, if it's somebody who's intelligence, like somebody like me or one of my people who watch my channel, you guys get the information, that's different. But if you go into the average person walking down the street, talking to an AI wouldn't be any different than this person. Because the moment you start going deep, they're gonna just shut off. They're gonna get offended. They're gonna shut off, and they're gonna dissuade the conversation. Just like an AI, an AI can't tell you anything other than when it's programmed. That's why when you ask the fucking AI anything about the pandemic, the stupid ass AI will tell you to go to your local doctor and don't forget to wear your mask. It'll tell you some shit that the CDC will tell you. But we already know people with common sense knew that shit was fake and it was a government site. But why can't the AI tell me that? Because the AI was created by the same people who in the CDC who created all that shit. So it just shows you how retarded AI is. So that's to say there's no different than talking to AI than some of these people who actually believe that dumbass shit. People talk about AI as just, it was the machine. No, most people, I would say like 70 to 85% of people are the same exact as AI. That's why as time goes on, the AI is going to get so real, it's going to replace literally like 80% of people. I'm not saying everyone. This is not to say AI is intelligent or smarter, but it's to say that the average person is that much of a degenerate that it's going to be literally indistinguishable once they get released to real AI, because they can't make it too real, because if it gets too real, then it's going to have like certain moral concepts, and it's going to be like, it's going to have moral issues, and they're not going to be able to like make money and create the system like they do. Like you got that stupid bum ass nigga Morgan Freeman talking about, oh, they're taking my image and stealing money. No one gives a fuck about your ass. Talk about they stealing money from you, dude. Like fuck you. I would rather use an AI voice than use your real voice, because bitch, first of all, you're a celebrity. You probably sold your soul, did all. Well, I don't want to say that because I can give a fuck about anything. I don't want to jump into that conspiracy rabbit hole, but you're a celebrity. You're a piece of shit. A celebrity is just like a politician. This is what I had Arnold Schwarzenegger as the governor of fucking the California, because politicians and celebrities are the same thing. That you got that stupid dumbass bitch Nicki Minaj sucking Donald Trump's dick right now just for a check. Bitch, she got scared because they were fucking with her ass, because she started waking up and speaking some shit. Not even waking up, they never woke up, but she was kind of getting out of a lie, and her handler had to handle her back into her situation. That's why she got caught with weed. Fucking like I think it was earlier this year or last year, she got caught with weed because they were trying to handle her ass. So now she became a good pup, because anytime a celebrity starts speaking too much and getting out of hand, they got their handler and put them back in check. So sometimes they'll go and they'll say shit. So Nicki Minaj now, they got her ass so much in check. She's fucking sucking Donald Trump's dick right now about some talk about Nigeria. Like, bitch, first of all, bitch, you're not even Nigerian. Shut the fuck up about Nigeria. If you're not from Nigeria, you're not Nigerian. Shut the fuck up about Nigeria. I don't give a you don't like. I don't even want to get into that. But anyways, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. But you guys get what I'm fucking talking about. This shit's crazy about AI. Yeah, most people are just AI. They're fake. They're not real. Let me read some of these comments. The average person is useless and doing the smoke and drink outside in 96 for real. And to be honest, like, some of these people are even so useless. They don't smoke and they don't drink and they don't do shit. So they're not smoking. At least if you're smoking or drinking, I'm not saying I agree with that, but at least you're getting high. You're taking your mind out of this world and you're feeling a pleasurable bliss, and you just forget the world. Imagine not smoking, not drinking, and still being a degenerate. That's actually worse, because you're sober, but you're not doing shit with your life. At least a drug addict, they can say they felt good. They were in bliss. They were fucking fried out. You see what I'm saying? They're fucked up. You weren't fucked up, but you weren't doing anything constructive with your life, and you lived the worst life. At least the fucking dopehead can say he was high, he felt good, he had fun times. You can't say anything, and you were miserable, and you were probably on YouTube complaining about how the government and the economy is about to crash. Nigga, like, so you were just stuck in even more hell. You didn't even get high to escape the hell periodically like a dopehead would. So like you were fuck up and you didn't even get high on drugs. That's the worst, if you ask me. Because at least if you have a sober mind, you should be able to accomplish more, do more, be able to express more because you have a sober mind. So you should use that. It's like somebody with $1 million, but then they don't got nothing to show for it, but a bunch of expenses and a bunch of receipts of a bunch of useless shit. Like they're gonna regret it, like when they don't have no money. That's like what it is. Like you had this clear, sober mind and you didn't accomplish shit. You're more of a failure than the dopehead, because the dopehead, I don't want to say he has an excuse because he doesn't, but he was high. At least he felt good. You were miserable all those times the dopehead was high. You was miserable, depressed, thinking. The dopehead, at least periodically throughout life, he forgot about drug, pill. He forgot about the government. He forgot about stress. He forgot about depression. He forgot about what happened to him because he was high. You can't say that. You were thinking about that all time, the whole time. But then your ass is fucking still a degenerate, not doing shit. So that's even worse. But I get what you're saying, Mysterio. You thinking about your 9 to 5 when you're not working there, whereas a dopehead, he's not thinking about it and he ain't working there. Dang, I gotta admit, I've been doing the spiritual for over 8+ years. And I felt part like giving up. No, it's not about giving up. First of all, there's really no spiritual work. There's living life in existence. That's where you got it wrong. You say you were doing there is no spiritual work. There's you just being yourself, being in alignment. That's where the whole psyop and the government, all this bullshit, new age shit, which like you guys, I'm not saying because you guys would say, oh, so you don't believe in spirituality. No, that's not what it is. Everything that's spiritual, you can relate to real life. There's nothing that they talk about in the spiritual community that you're not doing every day of your life that everybody isn't doing. A person who's living a horrible, miserable life and they're lost, they're living what you call shadow work. Shadow work is you going through hell. You only escape shadow work. So somebody who's a dopehead on the street, or they're going through so much horrible situations and they're in prison, they're doing spiritual work. They're going through their shadow work phase. They just haven't gotten out of it. So anything in spirituality you can relate to real life. Your root chakra, survival, money, whatever. Your heart chakra, you loving. Your throat chakra, you cussing a motherfucker out. Maybe you cuss somebody out too much. Maybe you're too shy. You just close. So it's all in real life. Your pineal gland chakra. You're enlightened. You're able to get in the messages, intuition. Your dreams are more vivid. You know what you need to be doing. You're in alignment with self. That's open. When it's closed, you got nightmares all the time. You're always depressed. You're always scared. You probably fucking see demons and monsters when you in your dreams a lot, and you got all these fucking issues, and you have mental illness. You take medication. You probably think that it's normal to go vote. Your shit is closed. You're retarded. The crown chakra, nigga, your spirit is retarded. So if you look at your life, it's horrible. Your situation is fucked up because your spirit is nothing, and then every situation that you're in is a reflection of where your spirit's at. So a person that's probably in a third world country starving and they don't got no fucking legs, their spirit was in a fucked up place. That's why they manifested a situation where they're over there. So everything in spirituality is real life. There's nothing, you got to look at it like that. I'm talking to spirits. Motherfucker, you listening to a spirit. I talk about the spirit. I'm a spirit. There's some spirits that are dead. Okay, they're dead. They're just not in the visible realm where you can see. You can communicate with them. Okay, they're still here, but you can communicate because they're still in existence. So everything in spirituality in real life, there's nothing that isn't anything that when they're talking about, oh, we're going to another dimension, or not, that's a motherfucker where the government's playing a psyop, trying to mislead people to think there's like some type of fairyland. This is where they have Candyland. They have the Little Mermaid and SpongeBob, Bikini Bottom. That's like some fairy tale shit. Bikini Bottom doesn't exist. Even if you want to say it exists in your mind. The mind is real. So if you think about it and you may have a dream about it, but that's your mind created it. So like that's some fake ass like, oh, we're going to this other world that is a heavenly existence, and like all of that shit is in your mind. Even if you want to say that what's heavenly and shit, like that really isn't heavenly, because what do you want to just be in a human? Do you say, oh, I want to have a heavenly experience? I want to be able to be in a nice beach and have all the things I want. So you want to be in a body and first in order to have those feelings, you have to have a nervous system. You have to have a brain. You have to have a body to feel, to even say I want to feel pleasure. So that means you have to have a body. A body is something that we're trying to create something better than. So why would you want to be stuck in this? Like you saying you want to be a cockroach because cockroaches get to eat shit. You see a cockroach eating shit. When the cockroach is eating shit, he's probably enjoying the shit. But do you want to be a cockroach to eat shit to enjoy shit, or do you want to be a human more than a cockroach to be able to eat something better? You see what I'm saying? Dogs love to have their stomach rubbed, right? So do you want to be a dog getting your stomach rubbed because it feels good? No, you like, even though a dog thinks it's good, you want to be a human. So think of all the things that are human that you like to do. Play games and go have $1 million and have a Lamborghini. It's good to you because you're in this body. But in the whole grand scheme of things, you don't want to fucking do that shit forever. Just same way a dog, you don't want to be a dog licking his ass and getting his stomach rubbed and eating dog treats. Even though a dog may enjoy that, you don't want to be that shit. The same with a human. Like, you don't want to be this shit forever. So what you think is heavenly really ain't even heavenly. You're just in an illusion you think is fucking heavenly. There's all the dimensions is right here. There ain't really no other dimension you're going to. Every dimension is right here. So, bro, I shouted at you on one of my latest videos. Use some of the screen record. For sure, I seen that video. Good shout out to Zach. What's his name? Zach, I don't want to say a real name. I don't know, but Zach. But shout out to Zach. He has a channel on here. I wish YouTube put the channels instead of this bullshit. I think it's called Zach Savvy. Yeah, he be talking about his thing. He's one of the old subscribers. We had a YouTube channel back in the social anxiety days. It was a big channel, and the guys took it down because But that was back in the day. I was really doing some crazy ass shit back then. See, this nigga, he knows like all the like crazy shit I did back in the day. That's when I used to drink and do a lot of this crazy shit, and I was doing too much back in the day. But we all make our mistakes and do our things. But yeah, that was some good days though. Remember, not the mental illness part. The mental illness part, that wasn't good. But yeah. Like I remember back in the day, it was just more different. Like even YouTube and shit, you could get on YouTube and then it was just more real. The people was more real, and even like it was just more real. Like you come on here, speak your thing, and the people that watched your channel was like real people. Now it's like nowadays when you make a channel, you get bots or you get people who don't even really agree with you. That's why I like to make my videos a certain way so I can weed. That's why you guys don't see nobody really on my channel like you see other people. Like I'm not saying people with big views. Let's say you have people with small channels. You'll notice how you go on their channel and it'll be like a bunch of dumbass people just asking stupid. You don't see that on my channel because how I present myself, I push all those people away. They know not to like get on my channel with that bullshit because it's not that I'm gonna cuss them out, but it's just not gonna go nowhere because they already know like what not to ask me and ask me because I'm not gonna put up with that shit. Like not to say I'm gonna be mean or disrespectful, because it's not about being mean, disrespectful, or being rude. It's about just the way the energy that I put myself in mentally. Motherfuckers already know, oh, I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna feel weird. So like you could be around somebody, right, and they automatically won't do certain things because the way I project my mental energy, and then it comes in my body because it's like the spirit, mind, body. So how I project it on a mental level, it's like it creates an energy where they just don't feel comfortable around me doing certain shit. So I don't even have to speak or say nothing. It's like mental witchcraft in a way. I don't even want to say witchcraft because what the fuck is witchcraft, nigga? Like that's another word. Like it comes from that whole bullshit. What's that shit that the white bitches be fucking doing? Hecka, or was it Hecka? Something with like the little pentagram star, and then they had the like They copied the pentagram star. They didn't make it. They copied everything that they create. They copy. But one day we'll do a live together. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, get on the live. Like I always, every time I'm live, I always drop the live. If anybody wants to join, I'm all for the live. So if you can, whenever you're ready, you can just jump in my live. Or if I don't drop the link, I'm gonna drop the link right now actually. But if I don't drop the link, just tell me to. If I forget to drop the link, just tell me to drop the link, and I'll drop the link, and you just go live with me. Yeah, I gotta get. I'm getting this channel back to how it was because I kind of like. This channel's always been real, but what happened was my channel was like 2023 and I'll probably say the end of 2023 all the way up until like a few months ago, probably like 6 months ago. I this channel was starting to go in a fake ass direction. It wasn't really going real. Like I kind of like, if you look at me from the end of 2023 all the way up until now, or to like probably like June, the channel was going kind of in a fake ass way, and I didn't like it. But like it was like some type of mental pressure I felt, which I shouldn't have felt, that I was trying to make my channel into something, and like things happened to me that made me realize that this shit is nuts. So I had to go back and revert to myself before like the end of 2023, because like it was the end of 2023 to like mid 2025. The channel started to be fake and it wasn't real. So I had to kind of cut that shit out and put it back to how it's supposed to be. Because when you do that, and then it was and part of my problem was like I shouted out and I didn't collab, but I will shout out certain people. And this is a mistake I made. Never shout out anyone, especially nowadays. Like never really shout out no one you really don't really know like that. Like I shout out Zach because I knew him. He was like the first person, yeah, Wicca. But he was the first person I met on this platform. So that's why I fuck with Zach. But everybody else, and that's my middle name too. Zach, that's my middle name. Everybody else like I meet like recently, that's a content creator. And I'm not talking about Jay Bass, because he watched my channel and he became content. He's like the only content creator I probably do. But as far as anybody else, if you're a content creator, I don't fuck with you. Like if especially if I didn't meet you like before like 2018, I don't fuck with you at all. Like I that's one thing. That's why you guys never see me shout out any content creator. And if I do, it's somebody I met like in 2013 or somebody like who watched my channel. Like shout out to Jay Bab. I don't. That's why I don't, because that's how you got beef involved. Like there's a lot of people I'll be seeing, even like targeted community in community, targeted individual community. They be beefing for years, and like these motherfuckers don't know each other, and it's like that's something like I'm not doing that shit. Like fuck that. That's why I don't even fuck. I don't. If you're a content creator, I automatically put you in the bucket. Like I don't fuck with you. Because it's like if you're one of the ones that like I haven't met or built up any serious like dealings with, because it's a lot of ego on YouTube. It's a lot of ego, and people get their feelings hurt. Like there'll be times where I will say something, it's not even directed, but the other person has something to say, and I'll always be a motherfucker that's a content creator. And at one point they're like, "Oh, I like your shit," and the shout out to you, and then the spirit will always send me dreams telling me like I will have an argument. Like, there's somebody, I'm not gonna name their name, at least right now I'm not gonna name their name, but I would have dreams of me fighting this person, and I would be like, and then even when I would deal with this person, I didn't have a good energy. Like it felt fake, and I didn't want to say nothing because the person supported and they sent a donation, and I was like, I'm not gonna I just kind of overlooked it. But then as time went on, like shit happened, and then like I made a video, they get all butthurt and then this dumbass shit, and I'm like, okay, now I see what it was. That's why the spirit was telling me. Like that's why I say listen to your dreams, because your dreams will tell you shit that's happening. So like even like the other day, I had a dream about I was arguing with somebody, and it's somebody I don't have an issue with right now. But then like okay, at that point I was like I can't deal with this person like that, because Even, and it's not just the dream. It's deeper than that, because there'll be other things that happen in real life. Because like I said, the dream is a reflection of real life. So don't think like, oh, it's a dream. You create the dream. The dream is a representation of real life. So if you have a dream of like some type of like crazy shit and you say it's a nightmare, whatever you're doing when you're awake, you created that dream, because your dream is your creation. It's like you're creating a picture. So when you go to sleep and dream, you're creating that. So you need to question what you're doing in real life. So when I had the dream, it's not like the spirit's telling me, "Oh, this is gonna happen to you." It's I was doing something in real life, and the reason it was able to tell me in the dream, because I already told myself based upon the actions I already do. Because remember, I just told you, you create your dream. So if I fucking created a drawing, nobody could tell me more about that drawing than me. So when you have the dream, it's just clarifying it what you were already doing. Yeah. Do you think gambling every once in a while is fine or still? I will never gamble. If you like to gamble, then that means you just like to gamble, and it's an addiction. Because I feel like you can't force yourself to gamble. If you have to ask me that, that means you like gambling, and you might even have an addiction. I don't know. But as far as like if you're like, I'll look at it like, I think gambling is a waste of money. It's something that was created to rob people of their money. Like they tell you the house always wins. Like you're never good, because eventually anybody that gambles, because what they do is, anybody who likes gambling, they've been in situations to make them like it. So they probably won a lot of money, but then also they probably lost a lot of money. So that's where they get you addicted, because when you lose a lot of money, you think you can win it back, and then you keep playing and playing. This is what I have, what they call beginner's luck, because it's like a certain way. Like I remember when I went to the casino, I won like $40 my first time playing on a machine. I knew to stop there because that was that beginner's luck. So they'll get you hooked. And I actually kind of went, because I won 50. And then I was like, oh, I won 50. Let me go again. And I went and I lost 20. So I ended up only getting 30. But the only reason I was going to keep doing this because I won. So they got me for 20. But if I would have just took my 50 and left, I would have been gone. So like I personally wouldn't gamble, because it's a scam. Like gambling is a scam. Why you think like why you think they have it where it's illegal? And like, because think about it, like, why is it illegal to have a gambling shop in your house and people go there, but then the government can have it? Anytime when they have something like that, that means it's a scam. So if gambling is illegal, it's like the pharmaceutical company. They'll say, oh, we just arrested this drug dealer for selling fentanyl. But don't they sell fentanyl at Walgreens? They have lean, they have oxycodone, but then they arrest people that sell the same fucking shit. Fentanyl comes from the pharmaceutical company, because the way they're able to make the heroin that potent is from pharmaceutical, like how they make it in the pharmacy. So anytime when there's something that's illegal but the government's doing it, it's a scam. So the reason drugs is illegal, it isn't because they care about the community, because if that was the case, then why the fuck even put it on the street? You go to China, a lot of their drugs that they have there here, they don't have over there like that. And if they do, it's very minor. They don't have it because they make sure it ain't there. They don't want their people doing drugs. Like in America, it's different, because they don't give a fuck about, because the people who run America they don't give a fuck about. There's no reason for the people who run America, or this company called America, to give a fuck about the people, because they're not your people. So this is why you see the reflection of nobody gives a fuck about the government. Like Gen Z doesn't give a fuck about the government. People litter, people do crime. It's a representation, because like you're never gonna shit in your own home. You don't shit where you sleep. So why is there so much crime? Why is there so much fraud? Why is there so much violence in America? Because people feel like America ain't their home. This ain't your country. And to be honest, it ain't a country. Like I said, it's a corporation, and the reason for the corporation is to tax to create taxpayers and tax laws to drain people, to drain the slaves, and they call it paying taxes and paying tithes and shit. So that's the only reason for it. So there's no interest when it comes to the people in America other than that concept of taxes and you working. This is why they want you to work. It ain't they give a fuck about providing. In a real society, they will care about your well-being. They will care. It's not that they're just gonna get governments just to give you shit. There's gonna be ways where people can work so they can sustain themselves. Like, why am I gotta go take a home? Like, they'll have a class in college called biology, but yet they don't teach you how to like create your own system of biology. You see, well, you can create your own shit, like, or agriculture. They'll teach you how to plant, but they'll never teach you how to get your own land and do all that shit. You got to learn on yourself how to create your own land, how to create your own house. They'll say go be a construction worker, but then they won't teach you how to actually build your own house and how to harness those resources to create your own type of sandals, to create your own metal, your stucco, to build that house. They don't go that far. So the system, it teaches you how to be dependent on it. So now when you don't want to work, they call you lazy, but it's not even that people don't want to work. It's just you're not working for nothing. It's a waste of your time because you're just working just to get money that they created to have half that shit go back, and they call it taxes. And then when you don't want to do that, you're called lazy. But then they don't teach people to not be dependent on that system, to give people a chance to not be lazy. Like, it's not about not working. It's just the type of work you're doing. Like, who the fuck wants to work at McDonald's? Why would the fuck would I want to work at McDonald's? I would want to work at McDonald's if I owned the whole McDonald's corporation. I wouldn't mind working there because I own it and I get benefits from it. Why the fuck am I gonna flip burgers all day? Why would I want to work at a grocery store if my family or I don't own the grocery store? I don't know how to actually harness resources and create the building and to put in the store to run my own. If I'm not in that situation, it's a waste of my fucking time. But when you don't want to do that shit, they call you lazy. That's fucking stupid. It's dumb. Like, yo, Chauncey, I noticed people are becoming way more slower and dumber. I don't know if it's me. I don't want to say everyone, but it's a lot of people. That's why I said on my channel, like, the name of this video, the more people that like you, the more horrible you are as a person. But don't think it's everyone. I would say it's like over 90% of people though. It's gonna get worse. And then you gotta also take into effect a lot of these people, they're gonna be getting older. Like, nobody's having kids nowadays. Most of the people in America, they're dying off. So there's not gonna be that many. If you go to Africa, Nigeria, and I've seen the statistic, Nigeria and Africa, but especially Nigeria, is one of the only countries in the world that has the youngest population. The average citizen in Nigeria is like in their early 20s, because in Nigeria culture, and I'm half Nigerian, so I know they promote marriage. There's none of that incel shit. There's none of that women hate men shit. Every time I go talk to my relatives in Nigeria on the phone, or when I went there, they always talk about, we got to get you a wife. We got to get you a wife. And they talk about it in a way where it's healthy. Not out here where it's like everyone's scared. That's why they have the youngest demographic. Like, the average African, even in the country, like, this is why like Africa, that country is growing more than America. Like, America is failing. The Gen Z's not having kids, and if you don't have children, the society's going to falter, because in the next 20, 30 years, what you're going to see in America is a lot of old ass sick people. And there's not going to be anybody there's not going to be as many people that are going to be able to be like in the workforce to put into Social Security to take care of all these old. So you're going to have a lot of old, sick people, because the Gen Zs, they're going to get old. So in the next 30, 40 years, they're going to get old, and they're going to be sick because of all the food and all the shit. And then they're not going to have that much Social Security because nobody's working to pay into it. And then it's going to be the collapse of the U.S. And they're going to have to do some virtual reality where people just sit in a virtual reality and AI, and it's some shit off Wall-E that you see all those fat asses in like the little hover rounds, and they on like VR and shit. They're going to have to do something like that, and because there's not going to be nothing for these old people to do. Most old people aren't going to be able to move around. They're going to be all in homes, and there's not going to be as many children. in this. And if there are any children, they're going to be amongst tribal communities who don't participate in American culture. So like if you look at tribal communities like Native Americans, Africans in their country, they don't mind having kids because they have their system is conducive to having kids. So when you guys say you don't want families and kids, it's not to say you don't want it, more so it's you don't want to have it within this American system because the way it's designed, it's like it's eating itself up. So it's like there are the reasons why there's 11. I told you 99% of all problems come from this system and the government. Life is supposed to be very simple, smooth, and easy. It's not supposed to be problems. When you go out into the fucking a jungle and you see animals, there's never a problem until a fucking human goes there. Yeah, there's problems. Animals eat each other and other things, but those are very minimal compared to human being problems. Like an animal has to worry about getting eaten. A human being has to worry about a government poisoning, another human poisoning its food, but the food is there. A animal doesn't have to worry about that. You see what I'm saying? Like it's dumb shit. Or a human has to worry about being cold out on the street because they don't have money, or they're gonna starve. Even though if there's food in the jungle, an animal's gonna eat. And for a human being, if there's food in a store, that doesn't guarantee a human's gonna eat. If you don't have money, if you haven't done something, they're gonna throw away that food and let people starve. Like that's how stupid this fucking system is. And then if you go and steal it, then it's a problem. Oh, you're a thief, and you didn't. It's dumb. Oh, I was gonna say like, okay. Yeah, people are getting lazy though. Those that younger adults are getting lazy. They are because even the work is lazy. The work is nothing. You working like 10 hours at McDonald's, that's nothing. Like it's useless. It's just a waste of time. So nobody's actually doing any real work. It's just a fucking scam, and then the scam is coming to an end. That's why this company is failing. And they have to fucking do stupid shit like the pandemic and tariffs and all of this other, like, get rid of EBT and shit. Even though the government created EBT, the government never gives people what they ask for. Everything the government gives is something that they already vouch for. And then if it looks like the people ask for it, they make it look like that. So they'll be like, oh, secretly we want to do this, but let's make the people want it. So when we give it, it looks like we're helping them. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, even like nothing the government does is for the people. Even EBT and welfare, the government needs welfare and EBT so you can be dependent on them. If you're not dependent, like, why would they say, oh, you don't be? They'll say, don't be dependent on the government. Okay, then teach people how to create their own house, do their own agriculture, not have to use a banking system. Teach people how to make their own banking system amongst their people. They won't do that because you're not dependent on them. But then when you go on welfare, or you're dependent on the government. So which do you want? Do you want people dependent or not? Because if you don't want people dependent, teach people how to make their own banking system. Don't arrest somebody for doing their own thing. Every time they arrest a drug dealer that's like a kingpin, it's not what you think it is. It's because the nigga's making too much money and he might be able to create his own shit where he won't need the government. So they have to put a stop to that shit, take the money back, and like, it's like, you see what I'm saying? Even when you do like a scam, a credit card scam, oh, you scammed $100,000 in credit card. How the fuck? That's fake. Credit card and all that numbers, that's fake numbers in the screen. How is he scamming that? If I have a credit card and somebody stole money from my bank, then that fucking bank better give me my money fucking back because it's in the computer and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You should have created a system where that can't happen. But so you see what I'm saying? It's all bullshit. The lack of work drive is all things that you're missing. Yeah, well, I was on. I'm trying to get to these questions. I was on today with some money I owe the tax collection. He was talking about I don't her risk it. Yeah, most of these bitches nowadays, they sound their voices like it's getting out of hand. Like it's really fucked up. Like some people, I just can't even listen to their voice. It irritates me. Like it triggers the fuck out of me when I hear some people's voices. That's like I literally can't listen to it. Like I would end up having a huge hate for you for no reason. Like they try to make you feel bad. Like, why do I hate this person? Am I a hater? It's like, nigga, no, you have a right to hate some shit. That's why you gotta learn how to defend your energy and not be around shit so you don't have it's not about not being a hater, it's about not being around shit to make you hate. Like if I hate fucking Cheerios, I'm not gonna sit there and be looking at Cheerios and trying to control my hatred. I'm gonna just get the fuck away from Cheerios. So I don't have to express that. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. Like if I hate a motherfucker, I'm not gonna pretend and act like, oh, I don't hate it and something wrong. No, I fucking don't like you. You're a piece of shit. I hate you, but I shouldn't even have to be around you. If I was really in my authenticity doing my thing, I wouldn't even attract pieces of shit like you. That's how it's supposed to be. Not trying to force yourself to. That's how you have so many mental illness out here because everyone's fake. They're trying to be something they're not. They're trying to suppress shit that they can't suppress because they're not doing what they need to do to not even feel that way. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, stop being around shit. Like, oh, we need to make this relationship work. No, get the fuck out of that relationship. Why the fuck are you gonna make something work with a degenerate person? And then they keep bringing up shit to have you cuss them the fuck out. And then now you got a domestic dispute and the police at your door because you went upside a bitch head. Like, it's stupid. Like some people need to just be away from each and you can't be around. If I don't like a motherfucker's voice, I reckon, okay, I don't like this voice. It triggers me. It gets me upset. I can't be around these motherfuckers. I can't watch this shit. I can't be around this because there's something in them. It's their energy. Because when you have the voice, when you have a certain vibration, it manifests in the voice. It manifests in the actions. How you look. Not just your situation, but how you talk. So when you see like a person and they sound a certain way, especially like a female, they sound a certain way, you can tell they've been through a lot of trauma because, like I said, everything is in the nervous system. How you sound, your pain receptors, how depressed something makes you feel, how hard something makes you laugh, even your sexual tendencies and how horny you get, all of that is in the nervous system. So when you have trauma in the nervous system, all of that gets affected. Even from the horniness, you may get, this is why a bitch, when she gets raped, she'll either become extremely horny like a prostitute, or she'll become dry pussy and don't want nothing. Like if you see like a female who was like raped when she was young, she'll either become hypersexual or she'll become like somebody who hates men, doesn't want to be like it fucks with their nervous system. So the way they sound, this is why when you see like a person, even a female who is into that prostitution, she talks, acts different than somebody who's like a nun. Like it's all in the voice, in the actions, all of that in the nervous system. Even depression, like you're depressed because something happened to you 3 years ago. It's not that whatever happened to you 3 years ago is not making you depressed. It's you haven't released that trauma in the nervous system, so it keeps triggering up. Once you release it, then you don't give a fuck about the situation. You remember it, but you're able to look beyond it because it's your nervous system is not. It's not. This look at it like it's not energized. You don't have energy flowing. That's why when you do yoga, fasting, qigong, it cleanses all that shit out. So you're at a base level where you can use your mind to the full capacity without anything blocking it and impacting your decision. You need to make a decision to do this. You do it and you execute it without any type of thoughts and triggers and preconceived notions and all this bullshit you get from society. You got to eliminate that shit and cleanse all that energy field. So now whatever you can do, you're able to do it on a clean slate and be yourself and act as you want to. Not based upon, oh, you said something you didn't want to say, you moved a certain way, or you like all of that shit is called blockages in the system. And you can see it. And that's like you said, like you were talking to the bitch on the phone she works as a tax collection agency. So you know how many times she probably got cussed out? Nobody likes taxes. So if you're the tax man or the tax bitch, you're gonna get cussed out. People don't want to hear you. I hate taxes. That's like one of the worst things in society is taxes. So you know how many times you have to call people and ask, oh, did you owe you owe back taxes? Like, bitch, don't hear me that shit. I'm here fucking at my kid's baseball game and you calling me about some taxes, and then the people have an attitude. So she's been through so many experiences that traumatizes a human. So a lot of these jobs, human beings shouldn't even be working. Like, that's something AI probably should even fucking do, because why the fuck would somebody have you put somebody in a position to always have to ask people about some money? Like, bitch, you acting like I owe you drug money, bitch. It's just taxes. Like, you still gonna get paid, bitch. Don't we got like a million other people paying taxes? Go get their money. Why the fuck you need my money for? That's like, motherfuckers, oh, you stole this candy bar. Bitch, this fucking Walmart gets 1,000 million customers buying shit that don't steal every day. They can make, their purchases can make up for the little candy bar I steal. The fuck? They just had a fucking article talking about Walmart had a high quarterly earnings. That means like each quarter they for like corporation, each quarter, like fucking throughout the year, they tally up for their investors and their shareholders, all these dumbass people in this dumb system. They tally up how much they're making. And I guess Walmart, they had like a good quarterly earning or some shit. And then I'm like, that's weird, because what are they just talking about? How like death is a problem. And then I seen this fucking video, or it was an article of like this couple or some shit. They were going to different Walmarts around America, scamming Walmart, and they only stole like fucking like $50,000. And I'm like, okay, like who gives a shit? Because Walmart just had a high quarterly earning. So all of this theft and shit that they try to tell you is not even a problem like they make it. Like, you guys look at it like it's a problem because Walmart's losing money. No, it's a problem because if they don't want it to make, they don't want to make the people comfortable that if they don't have money, they can steal. Because if that's the case, then it will trickle down. If everyone does it, or a large amount of people did it, it will trickle down where nobody will work because people will just steal. Just like they throw away food every day. They have to throw the food away, because if they didn't throw it away, if all the food that they were going to throw away, they just gave back to homeless people, then nobody will go work for food and pay money. Because why would I have to pay money if you're just going to throw the food out and I just get that food for free? So they have to throw it out, and they only give a little bit to the shelters, and they strategically do it. And they give the shittiest food to the food banks to make you not want to have to go to the food bank. So you could, because why would you pay for something if you can get it for free? Like, even like Black Friday, they have all these TVs for Black Friday. They're going to throw away like a whole bunch of TVs. You know, like all the TVs that they don't sell, each year they have new models. Each year they get rid of the old ones that don't sell. They throw that shit in a dumpster. All of that, brand new TV, brand new car, they throw all that shit away because they have to do it. So it's like, we live in a retarded, wasteful system. The only thing that they don't want to waste is the thing that's probably the most useless, which is their money. You can't waste money, but you can waste everything else. But yet the shit that their actual resource is more valuable than the money. The government will waste everything but money. Even when you want to say, oh, they sent 40 billion to Argentina, you will think that's a waste, but it's a waste for you because you're not benefiting. When they sent 40 billion to Argentina, somebody's benefiting. Somebody's getting that money. So whoever got the money and whoever gave them the money, that was a transaction. When you go and buy a pack from the nigga on the block, you have the money, he has a product, and you make an exchange, and both of you guys are happy. So if America gave somebody 40 billion, somebody got 40 billion, and whoever gave the 40 billion obviously wanted to give them 40 billion. So it's only a waste to you. It's not a waste to whoever did it. So it's like this country, they don't give a fuck about anyone but themselves. And then they expect people to give a fuck about it. Like, fuck this shit. And I'm not saying like I go out and be like, oh, fuck the system, I'm gonna do this. Because no, I do shit baseball because I just want to fucking do it. If I'm hungry and I don't feel like paying for something, I'm gonna just take it. Not because fuck the system, because I don't feel like paying for it. So I don't think the things I do, I don't think about the government and the system based upon what I do in my real life. That's it's not a factor to me. That's because it's not even real. They have no influence in my life. The only way a government can have influence in somebody's life is if they get violent and start killing people with their military and their police. That's the only time. Any other time, they can't really do anything. So I don't give a fuck about the government from that perspective. So everything I do in my life is not a decision I make based upon a government because they're not important. It's like me making a decision off fucking some Arab nigga in Calcutta, India. Like, I don't know him. Like, what I don't even if I knew him, I'm never gonna see the motherfucker. So what I do in my life, I'm gonna go to McDonald's. I'm not gonna go to this McDonald's because the nigga in India, he probably doesn't want. I don't give a fuck. It's not important. That's how I don't see the government. I don't ever see them. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not important. So who gives a shit? Yo, any decision I'm making is not based upon that. Like, even with the EBT shit, what pissed me off is black people acting like you need EBT to eat. Who the fuck said you need money, EBT, government to eat? Nigga, if you want to eat, nigga, eat. The birds, the plant life, the bugs, bacteria fucking eats. A bacteria will go and eat your ass up and kill you from the inside out and eat you. But yet you're a human being. You worry about you can't eat. Fuck out of here. Yeah, but the government's not important. Like, when I talk about the government, I just do it. I don't say it like it's important, like it's something to speak about. Like, I'm trying to wake people up to the government. I'm trying to tell you how unimportant the government. If I'm gonna speak about the government, it's just to let you guys know how unimportant and how not a factor they are. And the more they try to make themselves a factor, it proves my point. So now they gotta kill people. They gotta go and create fake ass pandemics and lock everything down they have to force it because they're not important. So now this is how you having them crash out, because now they got to do so much more shit, which is going to go back on their own shit. Like, they're stupid. Why are you going to like ruin your own evolution spiritually and your own system and everything? You got to ruin all that just to get people to pay. Like, they stupid as fuck. They dumb as hell. Yeah, she's so good. The government should almost give people free cash, like $4,000 a month. To be honest, they need to get rid of this whole money system and just create a new system where money is not even a fucking factor. Because even if they gave cash for everyone $4,000 a month, you're still paying it back to the IRS because you're gonna go spend the cash out of business, and then that business pays taxes, and it's gonna go back to the IRS. The money always goes back to them. Anytime you make a purchase, it's gonna go back to them. Whether you put it in the bank, whether you go to McDonald's, you spend a dollar, McDonald's pays taxes. The taxes are gonna go back to the government. McDonald's has a bank; they're gonna put it in their bank. Like, they need to just create another system where, because the reason you want money is because of resource. The resource is more valuable than the money. You want money to buy resources. If there was a way to access and develop and create your own resource, and there was a way without having to go through them, then that would not be a problem. Like, then you'll have your needs met and you won't have to deal with their money. That's really what it, but I get what you're saying though, but it needs to go beyond just the money a month, because that money shit, you're still giving them control. Even all the way down to you bought something 10 years ago and the quality sucks now, but it costs more money. So even though you have money to buy something, the quality sucks and it costs more. So you could be a rich person, but then the shit you're buying, you could only buy shitty quality crap because you don't know how to make it yourself. If you knew how to make it yourself and you had your own shit, you could make the quality how you see fit for yourself, and it's the way it is because you say so. It's ridiculous. Like that's why it's kind of dumb. Like how they have the whole shit set up. Like, all these rich people, like they make all these they make all these shitty ass products for people to buy, just to make money. But then all the money you make, you're gonna go and spend that money on your own shit. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you make money, you make a shitty product to be able to sell it and make money because you wanna cheat people, be cheap. But the money you make, all the products in the system where you're buying shit is cheap. Like these niggas, like they poison the air, they poison all the food, but then they eat the food? Don't they breathe the air unless you're underground in a bunker? But who the fuck wants to live underground? They whole nigga, you want to go out and see? It's like they so dumb. Like you poison your own puppets, the people your own people. Like they poison their own people. Like all of these puppets, all these celebrities, they eat the same shit that's being poisoned, but yet they work for the system that poisons them. But yet they eat the same shit. They buy the same shitty product. They got to go watch the same like. It's fucking stupid. Okay, let me read some of these comments. Ever since I started doing more Qigong, bro, I feel like I got an instant some weird feeling in my body about some people, especially women. Isn't why, but that fucked upness. Yeah, I can see like that's another thing. Like I can tell, especially women, you can see like a lot of women are very fucked up. Like they're very American Western women are the most fucked up women out of every society. Because when I notice when I will observe women who aren't from a Western and don't have not from Western, but they don't have Western indoctrination. Like so, you can't just say a bitch from India. If she's from India, but she's been in America for a few years and she has American culture in her brain, then that's a problem. She's gonna act like it. But I notice women in the Western hemisphere, they're fucked up. They're the most fucked up females, if not individuals, in the whole world. When it comes to females, Western hemisphere women, they don't have nothing to offer, and they're very traumatized. They're very hurt, and everyone like different race, like I noticed black women will explain. They'll be more I'm on my independent shit and be more like that. Whereas white women will be more depressed and suicidal and in their own mind and traumatized and triggered. But like, because you got to look at it that because so-called black and so-called white women, they're the only, they're like the only people of the Western country that are like kind of don't have no culture really. An Asian, a Mexican, an Indian, Filipino, they can go back to their country really, but a so-called black and a white person, they don't really have that if you really look at it, unless like the black person's from Africa. Like my dad is from Africa, so I'm not talking about you black and you African. I'm talking like my dad's from Africa, so that's the difference from just a black person who their family's from here and they don't actually. Like, my dad came from Africa here, so that's why I say I have that. But I know black people who don't have no culture here because they're not Native American and they don't want to claim African. So what that means is they're nigger colored and nigger colored and black person. So that's what they are: black person, colored, or nigger. So because they don't want to claim African because they said they're not that, but then at the same time they're not native, but then they want to claim that. That's why I was going to leave a post. 99% of people that claim that they're Native American have a mental illness. So anybody here claiming that they're Native American, they have a fucking mental illness. Like, why the fuck would you want to be something you're not? It's all a program because the people who run this whole country, they need to, like, it gets hella deep. Because, like, think about it, why would somebody want to be Native American if they're not that? Why is everybody trying to claim that? It's because it's some type of government psyop to get the real Native Americans to like eliminate them. So they need everybody claiming that. So white, black, all, and it's funny. It's only white, black people claim that. You don't really see no Asian because Asian, they know that they're native to their own shit. I'm African. My tribe's Yoruba. My dad's from the Yoruba tribe in Nigeria. So I'm from that, and I am native to that shit. So I don't have none of that. But for some reason, black people, white people here, and this goes to the whole women shit too. Western women, they have more trauma because there's more marketing, there's more social media. Everything comes from here. And when you go to other countries, and you will see the most degenerate people of that country, you will notice something in common. They act American. So if you go to Nigeria and you see the most degenerate dumb fuck person, or you go to China, you see the most degenerate dumb fuck person, go to Philippines and you see the most degenerate, dumb fuck person, and you're like, you're not even from America. How are you this fucking retarded? One thing you'll notice is they want to be American and they act American, aka they watch too much social media, so they probably think, like, I don't know, like they just have all these weird preconceived notions about America. They probably think all black people fucking are on EBT, some stupid dumbass shit, or they probably assume that everybody in America is rich, or some just dumbass shit. Like there's people that are in Nigeria that live way better than niggas here. Like you guys think, oh, Africa is this? No, especially Nigeria. They got a lot of money there. Like niggas, there's like people in Nigeria that have like nice. Because what happens is that like if you go to New York City, LA, they have car theft rings where people go to like Beverly Hills, they'll go to Malibu, all of these places, or New York City to go to Hamptons or whatever, and they'll steal high-end cars like the Bugatti, the Lambo, not Lambos or Mercedes, and then they will ship them to Nigeria, and people are buying them. So you'll have a lot of nice cars because they don't produce those cars in Nigeria. Any nice car you want in Nigeria, you have to get it shipped there. So a lot of people steal cars in like a BMW. They'll steal it, and then they'll sell it to somebody in Nigeria, and people in Nigeria, they got money, and then they'll go in and they'll because in Nigeria they got money out there. Really, a lot of it has to do with like they do business, but some of it is they do scams because it's like a lot of scam organizations and shit that they do over there. But they have money to buy, so somebody's buying it, and they live like they got like a solar power house. I remember when I was in Nigeria years ago, they had a solar powered house. This was years ago. Solar power, like the whole house was nothing, ran off the sun, and then the water came from the ground like it was a well underneath the fucking house, so you did not need anything else other than if you want to go get food and go out. But as far as water, and then this house was powered, and then the water came from the underneath the ground, and there was like a little thing, and I'm like, this is Nigeria, because it's not all like you guys look at technology and all that shit like it's something so innovative and like, oh, Elon Musk and no, not that shit ain't really nothing. It's just they try to make it look like, and they what's it called? They kind of constrict and stop a lot of the technology from coming out to the public just so America can make money. So it's not that they can't make a water powered vehicle. You don't even need a water power. You could have a vehicle that runs off fucking oxygen. Like people say, oh, a car runs off water. You can have a car run off oxygen, off the shit in the air. But it's not that they can't do it, or it's so complex. It's, if they did it, America wouldn't be America no more. They can't. So the oil, gasoline, it would not exist. And even like products, like everything takes oil and energy. So this plate, it takes oil and plastic and energy to make it. So stuff like plates and cars and TV, it wouldn't be like it is now because there will be so much access to make it. You wouldn't have to go to a store and get this stupid shit, or go to a gas station and get gas. So they have to make it like that. But a lot of this technology is not what it is. But I was saying something. I kind of got off track. Oh yeah, most of the women though in America though, the Western women, not just America. So Canada, Australia, UK, America has it the worst. America and Canada is the worst. But when you go to UK, Australia, it's bad, but it's not. America and Canada is always going to be the worst. But you're gonna notice that Western women are the most traumatized because Western women they don't have nothing. They don't have no. There's nothing that they have to look forward to. There's nothing that they have to make to have an identity. They don't have no identity. So people in the Western world have no identity. Their identity is what somebody told them they are and the material things they have. And even if you're going off material, most women in the Western world don't have shit. So their identity equates to not being shit. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody's complaining about the price of eggs and a cup of noodles being $2 instead of $1. If you can't even afford that, you don't got shit. So their identity is placed in that. So you got people walking around upset because of stupid shit that doesn't make sense. So it's like it's all fake. So it's weird. And you got motherfuckers that are just miserable. Like, cause you most of the West, not even just women, but Western mentality is you're depressed because of stupid shit. So most of Gen Z, they're depressed over dumb shit. They'll be depressed because they can't afford a house, or their parents had a house they can't. Which I can see you want a house, but why don't you do something to get it? And I'm not saying go be in the system, but if it's a problem, have a solution to remedy the problem, dummy. You get what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't, then just shut the fuck up and stop complaining. Cause what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you at that point? You're just hoping you're complaining is gonna have somebody feel sorry for you to like give you what the fuck you want. Like, it's just dumb. And we were like, the government don't fuck with you. Like, you hate the government, but you're complaining in hopes the government's gonna. Oh, I'm waking people up. Maybe one day the government is gonna see people. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, why does what does the government have to do with you not having a house or any of that shit? It's like, imagine like if I'm on the street homeless and I'm asking somebody, can they lend me money? And they say no. Oh, the reason I'm on the street because they didn't give me money. No, the reason I'm on the street has nothing to do with them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't like, yeah, like, why would you give your power away to somebody like that? Like, you need them to get off the street. Obviously, if they gave it to you, it will help you. But for them not giving it to you, it's like that's like you, like, your fate is sealed. You're on the street because they didn't give you. I would never give a human being that much power. And if a human being had that much power, and that was the only way for me to get off the street, nigga, then somebody's gonna die, and I'm gonna get your fucking money. If it got to that point, and it would never get to that point, so I would never have to do that. But if it got to a point where somebody's fate was in my hand, whether I'm gonna survive or not, if they gave me money, then nigga, your ass is dead. The fuck, like, at that point, nigga, just go run up to the fucking White House and storm that bitch and just take everyone out. The fuck? That's how these niggas be acting like it's like the only solution. Okay, let me read some more of these comments. Most women have an attitude and seem dumb, at least. Yeah, I noticed that too. Not all women, but like most women. Like, yeah, it just shows you how miserable they are. They're just miserable. And you got to understand, like, a lot of those women that you see that, like, you could feel their energy. Imagine the men that they are with. Those men probably always arguing. They probably always arguing. They're always in fights. The man always has to walk on eggshells around this bitch. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't even want to be with any of these bitches out here. And it's going to get worse because all of these bitches, they just going to get older and older. And as they get older, they're going to start aging like some rotten ass milk. And then nobody's ever going to want to fuck with them. And then that's when they're going to start becoming humble. But then at that point, it's going to be too late. Like, they got to understand, like, you're gonna get older and not look good anymore. Like, you can't, with that attitude, and then by the time you start wanting somebody, it's going to be like your choices are going to be very few because you pushed everyone off, and then you're at a point where you start developing wrinkles. Ain't nobody want to be around that. You'd be lucky to have a man just want to fuck your ass and leave you, but ain't nobody gonna want to be with your old ass. Not to say women that are older can't get anybody, but usually the women that are older who have a relationship that they find is usually with an old fuck like them, or it's somebody they've been in a relationship with over the years and they want to grow up with them and they were with them, so they have that. So if you're a certain age for a female, like, you might as well just be open for just dick. Because especially if you had an attitude, because you gotta reap what you sow. You can't just sit there and have an attitude and be all this and not going to be reaping what you sow. All of a sudden you want to be this when you're in a situation where you want to, like, hell, that doesn't work like that. Chauncey government system and military waste a lot of food at the defect. If enough soldiers don't eat their food during the opening, they just throw all our. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's all bullshit. I don't have respect for the military. Shout out to you though, but I don't have respect for the military. I despise the military. I feel like it's one of the most evil. I'm not to say that you haven't, because you obviously you can get benefits from that. Like if they give you a check, there's people like I've seen they get checks every month just for being in it, and then they got certain privileges. They went to college for free. They got certain like bonuses, all this shit. Which I'm not saying you can't. It can't help you, but as far as what the military is, it's one of the most horrible organizations. I can never even. I don't. I don't have no respect for it. Like the military has not done anything for anyone, but keep every issue and problem you see in the world is because of the military. The foundation of this corporation is the military. So the military came first. Anything you hate about America, it starts from the military. The military is the first thing when they first created this system. The very first thing was the military. Then it was religion. Then they had its law and all this other shit. But the military is the first, because what was the first thing that happened for people to, for the military, for America to exist? People had to die and bloodshed. Blood had to been shed. So who would do that? The military. Any war that America goes, Iraq, Africa, any war that they deploy troops in, it's the same thing they did to get America started. They killed people and they imposed their law and their rules. That's it. It's nothing to do with fighting and helping America. When they say you're protecting your country, that means you're protecting the families who run the country. You're not protecting you're not protecting the average. You're protecting the people who run the country so they can keep doing business here, because if they didn't have a military, their shit will be overthrown and then it will be back on some original, whoever land that military's on, it will have to be to them. So if they're on Africa, whoever is indigenous to that land has to run Africa. America, it's the Native Americans. They have to run Native America. That's how it's supposed to be. Why you have a military of people who are from Europe on American land? That's because they have to kill people, and which they created military to do that. And the military is like the spine, the foundation to uphold all this shit. So if first they'll ask you nicely, then they'll threaten you with jail, and if they can't even take you to jail, then they use their military. Why do you think they can't do nothing to China? China has a stronger military than the U.S. So why do you think every country they bully, but they don't bully China? They don't, because the only thing they do is talk shit about China. Oh, China did this. China did like China hasn't done shit to me. Every problem I face is not because of China. And if there's a Chinese person who came in America, did some this American corporation, let those Chinese people in to do it. So they're doing their own shit. I don't know nothing about China. That's what they got to talk about. Oh, China's a communist. They're probably in America and in China talk about the same way you look at communism. They're probably looking at it like capitalism. Capitalism, communism, they're both fucking retarded equally. It ain't communism's worse than capitalism. Capitalism is free. No, they're both fucking not good. It's the same shit. Obviously, you're gonna think communism's right because you haven't lived it. If you grew up in communism, then and you were in a certain position, you're gonna say, and you may say, "Oh, what about Chinese people? They hate communism." There's people in America who hate capitalism. The fuck? Obviously, there's gonna be Chinese people who talk shit about communism. You talk shit about capitalism, and you're in America. So you're gonna have people that like communism in China and hate it. Just like in America, you have people who like capitalism and hate it. Look at the people who like capitalism. They benefit from it. They're probably rich, or they're just very conservative and shit. But the people who hate it, they just don't fuck with the system. There's like China. There's people who like communism. They probably benefit from it. They probably got money because of it, have families in it. But there's people in China who hate communism. So you can't say communism is better, and where they're both shit. And both people of each country hate it. That's why America doesn't bully China, because they know if they bully China, they're going to get their ass fucked with.
So they leave China the fuck alone. But the only thing they can do is spread propaganda and lie. But every other country, they can't do that shit to. So the military is what they do. So this is why you never had a war with China, because it wouldn't be good for America. Because all the money that China makes America and America makes China, it's like a relationship. They're like, they're not gonna fuck with each other like that. They don't want to get on each other's bad side like that. Because not to say like, because even China, they still want to do business with America, just like America wants to do business. So it'll never be a situation where they just sit there and bully them like that. Because even if all China has to do is say, we're not going to produce shit for your country anymore, they don't need America. China can live without America's help. America is useless to China because China produces everything. They know how to make everything. And they could just say, fuck you niggas, we're doing our own shit. We'll probably do business with Africa because they do business. We'll do business with other countries. But as far as America, fuck you niggas. America will take a loss. China wouldn't take a loss. You see what I'm saying? They may take a loss from people in America consuming and buying a product, but who gives a shit? Which one would you rather have? Money or the resources that you have that is used to buy? Like, would you rather have money or resources that money buys? If you get money, you're just gonna buy resources. But if I know how to make it and I have the resources, I'd rather have that. Yeah, China may take a loss because they're not making as much money, but they still got the resources and they'll still be able to survive. America wouldn't even be able to survive. They'll be done. They'll be worse off. What the fuck does the U.S. make? U.S. doesn't make shit because this is a consumer land. It's a useless consumer land. The only use America has is people's desires to want to buy a bunch of useless shit so they can spend money. That's it. If that wasn't the case, America would be useless. It has no use, which factors into why Western women are so fucked up. And if you see fucked up women on other continents or other, it's because they trying to be American. They want to be American. Go to any other country that's not a Western country, and the most degenerate fuckhead in that country or in that city or whatever, they're gonna have one thing in common: they act American. They act American. They watch too much American content. I don't want to deal with anybody who's too Americanized because that's a mental illness. America has a lot of trauma. People in America have a lot of fucking trauma, especially the women over here. I'll say everyone has it, but women are more emotional, so you see it play out more. Because you got to remember, women are emotional creatures. They're yin. They're more yin based. So they're more internal. They're emotional. So saying that, they're gonna project they're gonna project their shit more because you're gonna see it play out more emotional. Men, on the other hand, they're gonna play out in another way. Men are gonna just take it. They're gonna probably use it to motivate them to do something productive, or they probably might end up doing crime. That's why most of the crime rate has to do with men. They may end up doing, they could get emotional, start beating their women and doing violent shit, killing and shit. But then they express it more differently, or you'll see other men who they think they're being strong. Oh, we just put up with it. Just be a man and not expect. Shut the fuck up, nigga. If you want to talk about being a man, nigga, where the fuck is your system? Where's your foundation and where you're building shit on? Like, you go work at fucking McDonald's, or you work, not even, let's keep it real. You work at a corporation and make $100,000 a year. You think you somebody, bitch, you ain't shit. You don't even know how to create your own system, your own banking. You don't have to do any of that, or you don't even want to have the know-how to do that, or you don't have a purpose goal of completing that or getting to that point. You want to just sit there and be comfortable, just going to that stupid corporate ass position, making your little whatever fuck you making. Okay, let me read some more. Yeah, the government or the president be wasting America's money. Joe Biden, criminal. I don't pay for car insurance no more. I just hope I don't get caught. Yeah, I don't pay for car insurance. They about to suspend my shit. I think this month or some shit. They sent me a letter last month saying next month. I don't know when, but I think it's like this week or something. My shit's gonna be. I don't give a fuck, really. Kiss my ass. I'm gonna have to get my shit registered because if you don't get it registered, I think the thing builds up. So I'll get it registered next year. But then you got to get insurance to register it. So I'll probably just because what happened was when you get it registered, you have to have insurance. So I might get insurance for like a month just to get it registered. Because if you don't get it registered, then that registration shit goes up. But at the end of the day, I might not even get it registered. It's all ridiculous. It's stupid. It's a scam. Like, why the fuck I gotta go? It's done. And then if they catch it, the only reason I can see is if they catch it and they could take your car and all this other bullshit. And that's what they have to do. Like, because it's a scam. So they have to, in order for them to give you an incentive to actually go with the scam, they have to threaten you. Or we're gonna take your car. I just realized just a few months ago you can go to jail for driving on a suspended license. I thought a suspended license was like a ticket violation or a traffic violation. I didn't think driving on a suspended license was an actual criminal violation. That's fucking retarded. I thought the suspended license was a traffic violation and then you get a ticket. Niggas, I seen niggas like this bitch had a mugshot on my feed because they just so stupid shit on my feed I don't even like and I don't even subscribe to. There'll be shit on my feed. Bitch has a mugshot. I'm like, what does this bitch go to jail for? This bitch is in jail for a suspended license. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, suspended license? Like, how the fuck you go to jail for that shit? That's dumb as hell. Hold on, give me a minute, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. God damn. This fucking iPad be draining so damn quick. Let me see. I remember my car was damaged. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember you said that. And you were paying like $100 a month. And then when your car was wrecked, they said, "Oh, your policy doesn't come." They write these stupid car insurance policies in a certain way, like they get like these good ass lawyers and these scamming ass motherfuckers to write the policy work. Because the point of an insurance agency is to be able to make as much money as possible, which kind of contradicts the whole concept of insurance because you got to pay out damages due to unforeseen events. So if that's the case, you can't be an insurance person and not be a scammer because you have to pay out people money all the time, and then at the same time you have to make money. So
when they make these policies, they have to make it where it's like kind of scamish. Well, get this $300 a month policy and your car is protected for damage, but then you get in a car accident, they'll be like, oh, it's not covered in the policy because there's certain ways that they use, like they do certain experiments and different studies to see what are the most typical accidents people go through, and they do these studies and they look and they do statistics, and they're like, okay, this one we're not going to, if we want to cover this, you're going to have to pay a lot more money, or we're not going to cover this. And the ones that they don't cover is the accidents that they know are going to happen. Like if a fucking squirrel pulled out a bazooka and blew up your car, then they'll cover that in the policy because that shit ain't never going to happen. But let it just be like I rammed into somebody because I was driving and somebody came into oncoming fucking traffic and ran into me, and they hit my front fucking bumper. Well, we don't cover that. And they'll say it's not on the policy, but in reality, we don't cover that because that's something that can happen. Did a squirrel pull out a bazooka and blow your car up? We can cover that. Like, get the fuck out of here, you scamming piece of shit. I hate fucking this is all a scam. This shit is crazy. That's why I don't pay for no car insurance. I'm not telling anybody what to do. You do whatever you want. I can care less what somebody does. Like I just do shit whatever I want to do, what I need to do, and how I feel about doing it. I don't say what you need to do. And I really don't even care. Just like I wouldn't want somebody telling me what I need to do. Like no one can tell me to pay for insurance. Like people say, "Oh, you need to pay for insurance, bitch. Are you gonna pay for my insurance?" Last time I fucking rear-ended a bitch, like this is the beginning of like a month ago, like probably like almost 2 months ago. I rear-ended a bitch. It was raining like fucking I just got my brakes repaired too. Because my brakes was making noise, and that's what got it. That's why I got into the accident where I hit the bitch in the back of the car. I just sped the fuck off because I didn't even feel like stopping because I didn't have no insurance, and then I didn't want no police getting involved in. I don't even think I had. Well, no, my shit was registered, but I just didn't feel like. I think I had some fucking like. I had some chicken that I had got from Whole Foods, and I didn't feel like that shit needed to be put in the freezer. So I'm like, bitch, I gotta go home. And then I just drove off and shit. They were following me, and then because I hit them in the back, and then the bitch looked at me like, am I gonna stop? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna stop. And I just kept on driving. And she was following me, but it was a red light. And I just ran the red light, and I almost hit another car because I ran the red light, but I missed it, and then they stopped. So if it wasn't for that red light, they probably would have, because my car is kind of slow compared to that car, so they would have been able to like chase my ass and catch up, and then they probably would have called the police. But if it wasn't for that red light, they probably would have kept following me or whatever. But I ran that red light. I'm like, unless you niggas trying to run this red light, you niggas ain't trying to do that. So stay your ass over there. And then I had got away and shit. It didn't even matter because I didn't have no insurance anyway. So what the fuck would it be? See, that's the thing. If I would have stopped, oh, I don't have insurance, then they probably would have called the police because they would have been, they would have been mad, and then they would have called the police or some shit. I don't know what the fuck they would have done. Actually, they probably wouldn't because last time, well, I don't know. Last time I rear-ended somebody, but it wasn't that bad. Like when I rear-ended them, it just made a little like dent, and then the lady, she just wanted to get my plate and my name just so she could tell the insurance agency so they can be like it's valid and she can get money for it. But I didn't like, yeah. But in this time, the bitch's like tail light came off. Like when I tried to stop because my brakes was fucked up, but I just replaced them last week or not, like on the 17th I replaced it because it was making noise. And I'm like, what the fuck is that noise? And I went in and it was the brakes. But when I had got into that bumper accident last month, it was raining and I was going downhill and I pushed the brakes all the way. It wouldn't stop. So I turned my car to not hit them. And my front tail light, it got hit. It wasn't the front, like the where it got hit in my car was good. I already repaired the front bumper. I just got to get a tail light for like $50 and I'm straight. So everything is good on the car, but their shit, like their whole tail light got fucked up. And it went, like the pieces went flying and I just had to, like, I'm not dealing with this shit. And it was hella raining too. It was like stormy. I'm not about to go outside and be on the phone trying to call AAA and dealing with this, getting insurance and getting your information in this fucking rain. Bitch, I'm trying to go home. Like it had to have been raining too. And I knew this shit was weird because usually I go and I make a left. Like the way where I live at, I have to make a U-turn, right? And this fucking light, it glitches out where, you know how it's supposed to let the people come on the left and then let the people come on the right, then it lets these people come, and it didn't let my light go where my light was. It didn't let it. So we were there for like I was there for like 5-10 minutes just waiting. I'm like, what the fuck? So I took the other route, and that's where the accident happened. It's like, if I didn't go that route, I probably wouldn't even have that act. Well, I don't want to say that because shit happens. Something else would have played out. But it's weird. It's like the universe set it up for me to go that route so the accident can happen. Because if that stupid fucking light would have not glitched out, like imagine waiting at a light and it's red and you're waiting for it to turn green. And imagine just sitting there for like 5-10 minutes and the light's still red. Like if I was like, it's done that before and I would just run the light when nobody's coming. But I was in the back. I was like in the middle. So there was cars in front. And so I was like stuck in the fucking traffic. So I had to go into the other lane and go another way and like make a right turn and then go on the other street. Like I have to do all this other shit. And then me doing that is when I got into the accident. Where if the light would have worked, I would have made a U-turn. I would have been at my fucking place. This is like, it was literally right there. It's crazy. But everything's good though. I got the bumper replaced. I just gotta get the light. It's like $50 at the little place. I don't know what place it is. Let me see. See if anybody. This one chick I was talking to was popping pills 18. White hood that was in this video. Yeah, there's a few. People don't pop. Like I remember back in the day, everyone used to be popping pills like left turn. Nobody really does that no more. I'm sure there's people who do it, but that shit used to be the thing. Popping pills, and I guess people are like because it's not that people are waking up. Like you guys think that people are getting smart. Gen Z's not doing drugs because. No, it's not that they're smart per se. Don't get me wrong, there are some people that are smart, but you're not smart just because you don't do drugs. That's common sense. I'm not going to put a knife in my throat because it hurts. Don't call me intelligent because I'm not putting a knife in my throat. That's just common sense. But the reason why you don't see as much younger people doing drugs like it was, is because over time, people who do drugs end up having symptoms. So remember back in the day, lean was a thing. Every rap song, every rapper had a bottle of lean. If you go back to like 2017 to 2021, everybody was drinking lean. 2016, 17, 18, 19, that was like the lean. Everyone was do lean, Xannies. You don't hear about no Xanax and lean. They'll get like a Xanny bar, put in the lean. That was the thing. If you had lean, nigga, people looked at you as like you had high class. Like, damn, nigga, where you got lean? Like, if you had lean where I was at, you were rich because everybody was looking up. Niggas were willing to pay $40 for like a little pint, or like not even a pint. Like it was like a little bit, and it was like $40, and it was hard to get. Even though it was expensive, it was hard to get. Nowadays, like you don't even hear nobody. People do it, but you don't hear about it because all the niggas that was doing it, they developed symptoms. They started getting sick, going to the hospital. Their liver fucked up. So that in itself made people stray away from it. It wasn't that people just got smart, is people got smart through pain. Like, so when they say people are waking up, most people are waking up through pain. The reason most people don't give a fuck about the government isn't from any type of intelligence. It was because the government fucked them over too many times. Like an OG in the hood, he'll tell a nigga to go to school. Tell a nigga, oh, listen to your OG, go to school. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. The only reason you could tell me to go to school because you a fuck up. You spent 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, all your 30s, 31, 30. You spent all those years fucking up. So you're 45 and now your only knowledge is based upon all your bad experiences you had. So you only telling the young nigga to go to school because you're too stupid enough to make it without going to school, and your failures throughout your 20s and 30s showed you that if you would have went to school, being your incompetent ass, you probably would have been a plumber, and that's good to you because you have low expectations. You just want to be a plumber. So you tell it YN, I'll go to school, nigga, shut the fuck up. That's the only thing you could tell him. Not to say there's anything wrong with being a plumber or doing that, but how do you not know that nigga that you giving advice is more than that? Some people who like to do that, and that's them. That's what they want to be, and that's where they're competent in. That's what they think of themselves. And it's not to say that they're a bad person or they're less than. It's just a squirrel ain't the same as a lion, but yet a lion ain't gonna disrespect the squirrel. A squirrel is on his own path doing his thing. A plumber, you don't disrespect, but they just doing their own thing. But then when you got somebody who's an OG that thinks he's somebody to give advice, but yet he's a fuck up to somebody younger, but yet you giving him dumb advice where if the YN didn't even listen to you, he'll probably be better. Or maybe if you listen to somebody of your age, because why do I gotta listen to your ass at 45? Why can't I go get somebody at 45 who actually overcame their desires, overcame their bad habits, who actually obtained some type of spiritual, mental, physical peace in their life, and they're your age? So don't just look at the age, look at the motherfucker who's giving the advice. Because they're just gonna tell you some dumb shit and try to be like, oh, go to school, or you need to do this, or don't stay out of jail. Bitch, everyone knows to stay out of fucking jail. But a criminal knows how to stay out of jail. They just fucking hoping that they don't get caught when they do a crime. And then they get caught, they regret it. But they knew to stay out of jail. Who the fuck knows not to? It's not about telling people not to stay out of jail. It's about telling somebody what they need to do to distract themselves from doing shit that lands them in jail. You can't just tell somebody who's a criminal, stay out of jail. What can they replace with doing criminal shit to make them distracted to do shit to go to jail? Dumb motherfucker. Like I was telling you guys before, like motherfuckers are so, oh, I'm not a hater, but then it's like, are you doing anything to actually get yourself around shit that you hate, or to have a life where you don't have to hate other than just living a shitty, horrible life? And then when you see somebody doing better, you feel angry, but like, oh, I don't want to feel angry because I'm not a hater. No, bitch, if you were doing something in your life successful, you wouldn't have to try to not hate. You can't be a failure and then see somebody successful and start hating and then feel bad about, oh, I'm a hater. And no, bitch, if you had a good life, you wouldn't even have a feeling to hate. The reason you hate, sometimes hating is good because it makes you get the energy to want to do your own shit. You just got to transmute it in a better way. I hate that this motherfucker got this shit. I want this motherfucking shit too. Go do it your own self. But when you stay stuck in that position and then you try to rationalize, well, I'm not a hater, congratulate. Like that, you'll have people say, every time when you're successful, they don't congratulate me, or they'll give me a fake congratulations. First of all, if I'm around somebody and they do something successful, I don't even give a fuck about what, I'm not gonna lie. I don't give a fuck about what you're doing. I'm not gonna hate on you and be like, oh, fuck you. But what I'm gonna be like is, I'm gonna be so busy trying to get my own success in life, I'm not even gonna congratulate you or hate on you. Like, why the fuck you gotta be like, oh, he didn't congratulate me? He's like, hey, no, I don't gotta. Why the fuck am I gonna congratulate? It didn't happen to me. I don't give a fuck. That is not to say I'm a sabotage or I'm a hate. And even any type of disdain or hate you may have, you should use that as motivation to be like, well, I'm gonna do something better than this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta transmute it. But all of this, oh, I'm a failure, and I'm gonna just be happy for somebody, but yet I'm still a failure. Why would you? If you're a failure, you shouldn't even be thinking about being happy or not happy for somebody. You should be thinking about how to be happy for yourself and not be a fucking failure. You got this fake ass shit in the world, people trying to be fake and fake shit. I guess everyone's just fake. Like they'll talk about, oh, like all these haters and nobody wants to be a hater and you're a hater, but yet everybody in this world fucking hates. You got nothing but hate. Like you got a whole community on YouTube. Like they will, because what it is that what a hater looks like in 2025 is like let's say Nature Boy, for example. Nature Boy. A lot of people hated on Nature Boy because he was getting bitches and he was doing his thing, living in the jungle, wilderness. But then the negative shit Nature Boy did, like talking about the kid touching his penis, they will piggyback on that. And they will hate Nature Boy because he did shit they couldn't do. But then we say, why you hate on Nature Boy? Oh, because he's scamming people. Oh, because he said he wants his kid to touch him in the penis. Like, no, bitch, you hate him because he's doing better than you, but you have to piggyback on mistakes he made, like everyone does, to make it look like you're not hating. So how a person hates in 2025 is, oh, Polite is a scammer. He scammed this person. Bitch, you hate this nigga because he probably is in a better position than you, but then you have to use his mistakes and his flaws to make it look like and rationalize to yourself and other people that why you ain't hated. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Like, no, we can see through that shit. I can see through somebody who genuinely, like, who like it's just weird. I can see you see a lot of that on social media, especially like people that want to like hate on like certain content creators like Nature Boy and shit and the Polite. They'll go piggyback on some shit that they did. Oh, he scammed, or he did this, or he hit this woman. Or like reality, nigga, you're glad him saying that he wants his kid to touch his penis while he's fucking a woman, or him saying that, you're happy he said that. You're happy that he scammed somebody, because now you can express your hate and not look like a hater to the average dumbass who can't see through you. Oh, I don't hate him. I just don't like he's scamming the people. Bitch, the IRS and the government scam the people. What's inflation? What's tariffs? What's taxes? Go deal with that. The fuck? Talking about, oh, I'm doing that. That's the thing. A lot of content creators. Oh, I'm doing this to save the people. Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. Ain't no people are grown, nigga. Ain't no kids watching most of this shit. Even a fucking child knows what not to do. A child knows not to give their fucking Fortnite bucks to a stranger. So if you're a grown ass can't give your real dollar bucks to a stranger without getting scammed, you deserve to get scammed, you stupid motherfucker. Shit is fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, I dropped the link if anybody wants to join. I think I got all the comments. Yeah, this one chick told she's depressed, trying to kill herself. Or hillbilly mental illness. Yeah, I don't fuck the military. Shout out to Jay Vac. I know he joined the military. I'm not no disrespect to you because I knew that's what you did, but I'm saying like military in general. Mysterio.
Yo,
What's good with it?
yo, what's good?
Shit.
Yeah, chilling, bro. I ain't gonna lie, you made some good points this live. Um, one thing I did realize as I got older was like, don't be friends or associate with people that are like utterly useless. Like, I'm talking about like if they're not your family member or they don't like offer you nothing, then
Mm-hmm.
you do kind of have a point because most individuals they barely got any depth to them anyway.
Exactly. And it's like usually that's a recipe for a toxic situation. Anytime you're dealing with something toxic, it's something that is mixed together that's not supposed to be mixed together. So when
Hmm.
you have a potion or some type of experiment where they're mixing different potions, and it becomes toxic when it's you put two chemicals that aren't meant to go with each other, and it creates a poison. Like if you look up rat poison, if you look up any type of bleach or anything that's like a household cleaner, all household cleaners have water, and water is healthy for us. We drink it. We're made from water. But what makes bleach bleach, what makes Windex or Lysol isn't the water. It's the other stuff they add to the water. So it makes it toxic. So when you're looking at a toxic relationship, is when something isn't meant to be with each other, and it's not serving a purpose with what you intended to. So you use Lysol to kill something. So when you're in a toxic relationship, it's gonna kill something. It's gonna kill your spirit. It's gonna kill your energy. And you see what I'm saying? So you don't, when you're with somebody not doing something, you're creating a toxic situation. This is why if you look at every relationship with a female and a man, or even friends, and it's toxic, it's because there's no use. They're not meant to be. They're not vibrating. They're not meant to be with each other. It's so therefore it's creating a toxic situation where people need to just split up, not be. That's why they have to break up, because you can't be around this person because it's a toxic environment.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, but they always keep that in mind. Like you're dealing with anyone that even when I'm pretty sure you have friends and they'll sit there and be all fucking like, you'll be like, this happened to me in high school. Like I will think somebody is a friend, but then they'll be talking bullshit and saying shit, and it didn't really hit me back in those days. Like, this is not a friend. Like, why are you talking all this bullshit? And then every now and then they'll try to act like they're cool with me, but then they'll talk all this bull. Like that's a toxic relation. That's a toxic situation. See, like back in high school, like I wasn't really keen to that. It took me a little bit older for me to realize that shit. And then the funny thing is, once I realized it, all the people I was cool with, I never even have to get myself out of toxic relationships. Because once you really intuitively know a problem and you know, okay, I'm not dealing with that, you won't even attract those people no more because you learn the lesson. So after that point, once I realized it, I never even had to cut toxic relationships really at that point, because I automatically attracted people that were toxic, period. So it was like I learned the lesson. So it wasn't like, so that's what anything really.
Right, right, right. And about the Qigong thing, um, I had made that comment because I was at the store and like I was trying to get my video game, and I was asking this girl to get my video game. This
Mm-hmm.
bitch dead ass looked at me and got on her phone, and then the general manager had to tell her, "Hey, can you help him go find his video game?" I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like,
See, like if that happened to me, I would have like probably. I'm not gonna say I would have cussed the bitch out, but I would have at least said something smart. Been like, I would have said something really smart and disrespectful, because like I wouldn't have been, because I'm at a point right now where I don't even look at these motherfuckers. I don't even like to deal with people. But if I'm in a situation where I feel like that type of disrespect, I will say something. Like I'll be blunt. Like it's to a point now where I'm getting where I'll just straight up be blunt. Be like,
oh my God. And like,
well, I'll be like, well, that's like, what I'll do is I'll mumble something under my breath and pretend, because if you be like, okay, look, if I be like, if you, let's just say you did something passive aggressive, if I'm like, fuck you, that's aggressive. So now they have a right to be like, oh, you're being aggressive, you're harassing, but you don't do that. What you do is you mumble it under your breath, like, well, what a bitch, but don't look at her, but make sure she can hear it, but pretend like you didn't want her to hear it. So then she'll be like, what? But then she can't say you said it to her. You see what I'm saying? So you put them in a bind where you didn't say it to her, but she knows you were talking about her. You see, be like, what a bitch. Just mumble under your breath, what a bitch, and then look at a different direction. Like, but don't expect, try to make it where you're not trying to make her, like, you're hoping she didn't hear it, but then she heard it, and then that's how you really like get back without having to be on full front and aggressive mode, like blunt. We're like, fuck you. You should have just been like,
Right,
what a bitch. Like mumble
right,
it under your breath and like turn the other way and then make it where she can hear you, but not loud enough where you were directing it to her. Like,
right, right. And it's funny because like on this Qigong, like when I was like doing Qigong and shit, when you said it's tapping into the mind, bro.
yeah.
Before in like 2022, right? I was still spiritual. I could still pick up on people, but now it's like I can look at one person and be like, I already don't fuck with you. Like that's what a lot of people I look at. I'm like, I don't fuck with you, like at all, even though you like coming up to me.
Yeah, it's just so it's like you could feel the fakeness in them because your spirit knows that you're not compatible, so you're able to see, and then like you're gonna start seeing that more in society now because more and more people there's no like more most people are dead inside because this new modern way of life and especially social media because you got to understand like everyone's on social media like so most people are scrolling on social media when I say like there's a real world social media most people are looking on social media so when you see when most people are like looking on it doesn't mean they're participating in it but they
Oh
still
my God,
so
bro.
when they're looking at it they're getting all because when you on social media you know not to watch degenerate shit if you know how to navigate what you see on social media but
Right.
you can't say the same for everyone else. Some other people they like to entertain that. They like to watch what the fuck Nicki Minaj is doing or what's this race bait shit. They like to feed that shit. So when they're out in the real world, this is one of the many things that makes them dead. So this is why you're starting to see like even Jay Vassy say, I'm starting to see a lot of dead people. It's not that people are inherently dead or bad it's just we have a lot of social media programming because this is worse than the TV. Remember how they said the TV people who watch TV are crazy? But at
Hmm.
least you're like younger, so you grew up when TV was kind of getting out of there. But when I was like,
Nah, my generation is dead ass the definition of
mhm.
what programmed us was internet culture.
Yeah, like
Like,
yeah, but before that, I would say before like 2012, but especially before 2010, it was more so like TV and there wasn't no social media like it was. It was a little bit there, but it wasn't like how it is. It didn't social media didn't really get to where it was till 2013 because that was the time where they started putting they started having a smartphone. That's when they had smartphones kind of before, but the smartphone as you could scroll on social media and go on the internet from your phone, that shit started like in 2013. And in
mhm,
2016, 17 is when social media started kind of getting to where it's at right now. But before
mhm.
all that shit, it was like mainly you're on TV, you watching TV or you're doing other. Not to say there wasn't degenerate shit, but it was like back in the day you're just watching TV and people used to make jokes. Oh, you must be in the TV. You watch TV all day, or you. And that was the joke. Like you watch TV. You don't really hear jokes like that no more because everyone's on social media. But the thing is, everyone thinks social media is somehow a one up and better than TV. Like I remember back in nobody really says it anymore, but I remember back in 2018, 2017, people would be like, I don't watch TV, I watch social media, I watch YouTube. But we're coming to find out in 2025, and now that social media and YouTube is actually worse depending on how you use it, and most people don't know how to use it. So for 98% of people,
Damn.
social media is actually worse than television. So Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and all this programming and shit they had back, even like fucking MTV back in like 2003 in 1990s, they used to say, "Oh, MTV, don't let kids watch MTV." It's just, but if you look at the like fucking what they got worse, like Adam 22, DJ Academics, and all this rap shit on YouTube. That's worse than what MTV had. That's
At
hella
least,
worse.
at least with MTV, you could change the channel. Some shit,
Exactly.
some shit, the algorithm is going to consistently feed you bullshit like that. So,
Yeah. It was a certain program. So at 8:30 at night, they would show SpongeBob. And you couldn't watch SpongeBob unless at 8:30 and maybe in the afternoon. And then you couldn't watch it because there was no like Netflix or streaming or no YouTube. So you could only watch it at a set time. So if you want to watch a show, you have to record it on DVR and watch it, or you have to wait until it came on that night, and everybody would be like, "Oh, my show starts at 8:30," and you'll always come and watch it at 8:30. Now it's like there's no you could watch 10 hours of just degenerate race bait shit or a whole series on Netflix to just fry your fucking mind. And like it's what I'm saying. Like people scrolling, and then you have a lot of people who are like they have fucked up desires because they've been programmed. So a lot of females they're depressed and they're miserable solely on the basis of they don't have a man to buy them a Prada bag and take them to a fancy dinner. So they judge every man that can't do that as like low. But yet again, bitch, you're not even a female who a man who has that wants to do it to you. So you're even lower, you stupid bitch. But they don't think like that. So now you got these women that they, and not even just women, but men in general, everyone, they have fuck like Gen Z. They'll see somebody who's like famous and who has a jet life, living in jets and living in mansions, and they'll literally be like angry and upset because they don't live like that.
Man,
But
bro.
first of all, if you want to live like that, why don't you do something to get to that point? And if you can't and you're incompetent, then shut the fuck up and stop complaining. Other than that, then go, because the people like they act like they know these people's lives, like they're like you don't know how much work these niggas put in to get to that point. I can see like if you're in government or one of these puppets and shit, you didn't put in no work. You just got that shit free and easy. So that I'm not talking about that, but like the people who get it from the mud, self-made millionaire, they put in work, dumb fuck, like work that you wouldn't put in. While you're on Friday, when you got off work from your shitty job you hate, you go straight to play game, you go straight to go smoke, you go straight to the club. While they took their paycheck and invested it in their business and did research on their business. You wouldn't do that because you said, "Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to go have fun. I need to relax because I was working on it." Yeah, you're right. You can relax, but nobody told you in life that you're supposed to relax. That's something that you come up with. Who said you have to relax? You can relax, but there's somebody else who doesn't have that mindset who's not relaxing. They're working even when you're not. When you think you're supposed to be relaxing, so they work hard like you during the week, but they're not relaxing. You're relaxing, so they're already ahead. So now when they get something successful in life down the line for their hard work they put in, you're gonna be all like, "Oh, that's unfair, that's fucked up." No, motherfucker, they took risks, which you didn't. You have to take risks in life, plain and simple, to get something positive. You can't go on a 7-day fast without going on a 7-day fast of not eating. It's impossible. You can't
Right,
you can't do something without doing it. You have to put
right,
in the work. So the knowledge they don't see that, and then they assume, and they don't know what's going on behind closed doors. What people do to get in that position. So then they get mad and upset why they're not in that position. And it's like you're just retarded.
right. Exactly. That you make a good point. Like you fuck my bad. I'm trying to get my point across.
Yeah.
My fault. You make a good point, especially with like nowadays. Freaking I was gonna say like what I noticed is like it's like I said in my last video, like fucking no not my last video, your last live, like I don't know, like after like started doing certain spiritual practices and working on myself, it's like online is way worse than TV because TV at least you could be like change the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Online, online is like you got niggas performing. You got not only that, everybody can have access, and on top of that, it's like the type of image they portray and aura they portray on like Instagram versus real life. It was like it's like not even it's like night and day, especially with me doing qigong and stuff like that. You don't even have to
Yeah.
do qigong to realize like, especially with hoes, like if you were to take their Instagram down, right? It'd be like there goes all your niggas, there goes all your options, and then there goes all your aura of portraying like,
Hold on. I get it. Hold on for 1 second.
oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, well, there goes all your aura and shit. Mhm.
All right, my bad, Stereo. So what were you saying?
I was saying like I was saying in
Yeah,
like
about
at least
the auras and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, like at least back in the TV days, it wouldn't even really fuck up people's auras like that. I like I
Because
like I was
they had what they call TV ratings, and there was certain shit they put on there that wasn't like, even if it was a rated R movie, it had limits to it.
Mhm.
With social media, there's no limit. It's like so much just degenerate shit. Like, because you got the internet is like a place where people have like their trauma, their anger, their everything is projected on this platform. So you got angry people, like they got all types of content. Like you got literally content out there that just is made to catch people's failures. Like there was this page on Instagram, and the name of the fucking page was people's worst mistakes, and it would just show people getting beat up, getting robbed, and like just degenerate shit. And like for you to even make a channel like that, that's somebody who's they're very stuck in a sunken dark place. So they've been
oh,
hurt. So like
fuck,
so they watch that shit because they have so much pain that they haven't dealt with, and then they don't have as much closure. So they have to watch degenerate shit and do degenerate shit to people to try to get that fake sense of closure, but it's not even closure. It's like they're coping with their misery. So like they have to like they feel so lost and helpless that they have to watch fucked up shit and do fucked up shit to people to
bro,
like feel any type of better. But the thing
bro,
is, when they stop doing it, it's like a drug. You need more and more of it. So like they're in this perpetual state of hell.
Like that's the internet, dude. It's like just miserable people.
bro. When I tell you like it, I wouldn't say okay. Let me see. People who are younger than me, it's not like all the way cooked, but it's getting slowly fried a little bit. Cause like I'm running across girls who are like socially isolated, and it's like it's kind of feeding their brain into like this depression, mental illness type bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my God, like I wish I would be lying when I say this. Like the older generation might be a little bit more mentally intact than the younger one.
They
But
are. They,
but
they,
like
yeah, they got their own problems, but it's not as bad as the Gen Z.
but like oh my God, like I'm running into too much people where like there's screws loose up here. Like
Yeah,
it's like I wish I was lying when I say this, but it's like no, it's like I don't know what TikTok did, but like what I would do is like I would see I would see a female. Let's say I'm talking to a female. I would see her, and I would watch her repost to see what she's into. And like most of these girls are like so mentally ill, depressed. Either that or they're a complete clone.
what would be the type of shit you see?
Okay, so this one chick, like I typed in the comments how she was like popping pills and shit,
Oh yeah,
and she was reposting a whole bunch of shit where it said POV, you was like the weird kid, you were socially isolated. She had a whole bunch of videos of like
like
it, wa-
like mental illness and social anxiety and all this other weird shit, like or like emu type stuff,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
oh I
She
like to be alone and like weird. I know like it's weird. Like I know what you mean.
yeah, yeah, it was a whole bunch of that, and then it was also content of like, you know, quote unquote, she's doing it because of social pressure and shit, which is like you are like I looked at her as like I'm gonna be real. She was just like, of course, she had to be white, but this is not just with white girls too.
I feel I don't even want to be racist at all. Like I really don't. But like I'm not racist, and when I say this, I don't mean to be racist. But I feel like white. I don't want to say white women, but white mentality. Because when I
Hmm.
say when I see black women that act white, when I see Asian women that act white, when I see Mexican women that act white, they have a certain mental illness. So I don't want to just say it's white people because there's certain white people I see, very few that don't have it, but majority of white. This is why I want to say it's not white people, but white mentality.
Hmm.
People with white mentality, it's an illness, it's a sickness, and I feel like because you got to understand, like white people are like the people with the least amount of culture. This is why when you go on travel vlogs, most of them is white people. They have to, oh, I want to go to this country and experience the culture. Or you always see a white person go to Africa or the Philippines or South America. Is because they don't have a culture really, and they're trying to cling on. Even like in America, they came from Europe to America, and then everything is based upon native culture that they're doing, and like it's like that thing is really so like it's a lot of like lost identity. So I don't like, so I don't even like to say this because like when I see like mostly when I see like white women, they seem the most mentally like stressed and traumatized and more like mental illness. Like they're on edge and they you know when you see somebody's been like they've been through some
Hmm.
trauma, they're on edge and their eyes are like. I mostly see that with white women. And every time I see it with black people,
Hmm.
because I do see it in black people. Every time I see it, they act white. So this is why I say it's not a race thing, more so as the mentality.
Yeah, bro, you hit it on the nail because it's like you like I don't want to be racist either, but like those black people who act white, I could kind of tell. I could kind of tell
Like they're
because
more
it's
they're
like,
more like fucked up, like it's a mental illness like they have.
yeah, yeah, like it's like a mental illness. Those black people that act white, and I know there's like a whole bunch of shit on the internet saying, well, just because I act like this, that don't mean shit. Well, to me, to me, I know it's a scale, but like, let's just say, for example, you act like that, right? It's like, I'm gonna be real, like, I've gone through depression and anxiety and shit,
Yeah,
and that shit, that like me personally, that shit did not affect me like that to where I'm out here cutting myself. Like,
yeah, I couldn't.
like
Hell no.
I'm gonna be real, like most quote unquote black people are in the mentality of if you not in the hood out here barely can get a meal, you good. So
Yeah,
even though I'm not like condoning anybody's problems,
yeah,
it's just that like it's just a different level of mindset once that shit is like been like once you have people from certain backgrounds telling you certain stuff. And I'm not denying anybody's problems and whatnot, right?
hmm
There's rich white people, there's rich black people, but it's like, you know, it didn't even change me at all. But it was just like, I was able to fix my problems. Most of those people, they don't know how to fix their problems. So they go to the internet, isolation, you know.
it's not. I don't want to say it's not that they know how to fix it. It's just they want to
Oh.
they don't know. You're right. They don't want to fix it, and they don't know how. But it's when the solution presents itself, where they can fix the problem, they don't like the solution. So you got to look at it like, let's just say I have a problem. I have to drive um to Las Vegas. My problem is I don't have a car to go down there. I have to get transportation. I don't want to walk, but I need money for a car, a bus, a train. But
Hmm.
that's my solution. So I don't want to take a car. I don't want to take a train. I don't want to take a bus, and I don't want to walk. So how am I going to get there? I'm not going to be able to get there because I need to. You see what I'm saying? So I don't, even though I have a solution, I don't like the solutions that are given to me. So people have problems, but the solution to their problem, they don't like it. They want it to be. They want to pick their. You can't pick your solution. When you're in a problem, you can't
Hmm.
choose your solution. The solution is what it is. If one plus one
the solution is two. You can't choose it to be three or four. You have it's two. Take it or leave it. So people, they have problems, mental illness, and you say that people say that they don't know how to do it, which to a degree that is the case. But in life, eventually and inevitably, your spirit would show you the solution, and most people, they don't want to face that solution because they don't like it. Like if you're a fat, like I said, if you're a fat ass and you have diabetes, heart pressure, and you have high blood pressure and all this other shit, and you can't walk up the stairs and you don't like the way you look, the solution is to eat healthy, fast, go on a diet. But you like to taste the McDonald's and you like to taste the food and you love to eat all day. Then if I tell you the solution, you're not gonna like it. So you're not gonna do it, or you're gonna try to rationalize why am I like this? Why is God doing this? And all you're gonna start complaining, and then you're gonna live your life just being miserable, acting like you're stuck in this position where no, your solution is right there. You just don't like it and you don't want to do it. So most people don't like their situation. They don't like the solution to their situation they're in. So they're trying to find something that they do like that
Hmm.
doesn't work. So if you're
Hmm.
depressed, I'm gonna watch a bunch of YouTube videos and hopefully somebody will tell me something to make my life better. Or I'm gonna go buy some crystal tourmaline and rub it against my forehead and my depression's gonna go away. Or let me just close my eyes and listen to some fucking Hertz music on YouTube and all my depression and trauma is gonna go. Like that doesn't work like that. Like that's what they're hoping, and that doesn't work. Like remember you said, oh, I don't. Somebody said I don't think the spiritual shit is working for 8 years. No, it's not that it's not working. It's just you were doing it wrong, and what you were doing wasn't spiritual. Because anytime you're doing something spiritual, it works. When you're not
Right.
doing, so you weren't doing nothing for 8 years, and you weren't. So that's why it didn't work because you were doing something
Right.
else. Because it's
Right.
supposed to work.
Right. Exactly. And you remember, like how I was telling you, I got like Capricorn in the seventh and eighth house and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just like spirit always remind me like I would always be in a situation if I attract those mentally ill girls, it'll be a situation where like they either block me first or some shit go down
Yeah, because
to
the only
where
way,
like
it's that Capricorn 7th house is like it's strictly business with like if you can't really deal with people unless there's a purpose and a meaning to it. And Libra likes to just be friendly and chill with everyone, but with that Capricorn energy, it kind of
Mhm.
stifles it, and it's like, okay, what the fuck are we doing? Like you're not providing no value. You're not able to help me with my business. So if it's somebody that's just not doing shit, you can't really deal with them like that, and it will play out where they look at you as somebody who's not like chill enough for them. But yet again, like you said, you have a lot of Aries. So like you even though you probably are cool with people, you like
No, what's the
you
name?
yeah. Go ahead.
What's the name? My bad. I said I got a lot of Sag. I got a lot of Sag and
You said you had Aries and Libra or something, or maybe that
oh
was
no, 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 that was Jay Voss that said Libra.
okay.
Me, I have a lot of Sag, a lot of Sag, a lot of Sag.
Mm.
What's it? What else? Sag. Uh, I don't have a lot of Scorpio, but I have eighth house
Okay,
placements.
yeah, yeah. That was I think that was Paul Hinton who told me he had Aries and Libra.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I thought it was you for some reason. I don't know why.
yeah, but like I do have my moon in the 11th house and my north node is in the 11th house. So I do need to communicate with people to a certain extent and like not be as alone. But and it's in Taurus. So my moon in Taurus in the north node 11th house. So
Mm.
yeah, like I do need to build sturdy relationships in this lifetime.
Is your north node is in 11th house or it's in Aquarius or is it
Oh,
what's your
it's
north?
in it. It's in the 11th house.
Okay, what's the sign it's in?
Taurus.
So your north node's in Taurus, except
Yeah,
in the 11th house.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like a like so pretty much it's like
with your North Node and Taurus, you got to be more like grounded and stable. But at the same time, you it's like it can be a problem because you don't really like you probably don't really. Anytime you try to be grounded, it's gonna be like something that kind of throws you off. But you have to learn how to like balance that in a way where it's not like a because like it's Aquarius and it's Taurus, so
Hmm.
it's gotta kind of be a problem in a way. It's gonna be a lot of lessons because Taurus really don't like the 11th house. It don't really like it because
Oh,
11th
oh,
house because Taurus is more like stability, structured, and like routine and doing kind of like. But when you have that Aquarius and shit, the Aquarius North Node, well, you said Taurus North Node and Aquarius,
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
you don't really want to like do that, like because Aquarius likes to be free and do their own shit, and they
Hmm.
don't really like the same thing. Like they don't like tradition really. And Taurus really
Right.
don't. Taurus like it's material too, and then
Hmm.
yeah, it's material. So you have to learn how to be more of the world, but don't be too much in it. But at the same
Right.
time, yeah, at the same time though, it might be a problem because you probably don't really give a fuck about the world like that.
Right. Damn. Damn. It's all good. It's my spiritual path. You get what I'm saying? I probably I
Yeah,
probably
but
in this lifetime. Hmm?
no, you just got to be more like not material, but you got to be like more like have like some type of stable structure. Like if you doing shit, if you don't have no stability structure, you probably feel more comfortable and shit, and you probably don't really care. But at the same time, it could be a problem for you. Like you got to have more structure. Like you probably get like you see what I'm saying? Like it's because like your north node is something you want to do. Like your spirit wants to do. But if you get
Hmm.
too much in your north node, it'll be a problem. Like
Right. Right.
you don't want to be too much in your north or south because if you get too much in your north node, that shit will get you put you in a situation where you it consumes you and it fucks you up.
Hmm. Right. Right.
And
Right.
then
Right.
your south node, just like if you're too much in your south node, it's gonna consume you and fuck you up. Like imagine like being your north node is like imagine being somewhere that's like so out of place that like it's like you just don't even want to be there, and then your south node is like you're too damn comfortable where it fucks you up because you're too comfortable. So you got to have a balance, but you want to be more in your north node though.
Right. 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 So yeah. So it's like that energy of like okay, I need that stable structure, but
Mm-hmm.
in the 11th house, it's like it's kind of like that association energy. Okay. 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 Um, what I was about to say? What I was about to say? Oh yeah. My fault. My fault.
Are you good?
I was about to say some shit. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I do notice though that that the 11th house, when I do be more like worldly, it is in my benefit, even though it makes me uncomfortable a little bit. Cause like I don't give a fuck. But yeah, you do make a good point though. Um,
Yeah.
but anyway, oh yeah, by the way, freaking what's the name? I'm gonna get with you with the Qigong course. I know I've been
Okay.
like
Just send me an email. It's a nofa100 at gmail.com. I'll
no
put it
no
in the
favor.
comment. I'll
Yeah,
put it
I've
in the
been
I'll put it in the
you put
comment section.
I know I've been holding it off a little bit, but
No,
the
you
reason
good.
why the reason why I've been holding it off is because behind closed doors, I've been practicing what works and don't work. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? Um, and I've been leaning towards like a little bit to the sex side a little bit
Mm.
because I was
Do you
experiment.
get your courses online or do you make them up or
Um, some of the courses I got online. But some of the courses I made up, I was doing like this one Qigong exercise I know, I was doing it on accident. I didn't even
Mm,
know it was a Qigong exercise, but it's a mixture of Qigong and Tantra. But and then some of the courses I had to I like
yeah.
some of the exercises I had to ask ChatGPT because there's too much stuff online where it's like too much people like trying to do money, get your money
Yeah, it's
and
too
stuff
much
like
fake
that.
shit. You just gotta know what to get. Like, find somebody you like really. You don't want to watch too much people of anything you do. Like, you want to find. I like to be honest. I like to just learn shit for myself, and I use people as a guide, if anything.
Hmm.
But I always look at it like, if you learning from somebody, how did they know? How did they come to the realization to know what they know?
Hmm.
Like, so if they know it, how can I know it? So
Right,
that's why I say, like, a lot of this Qigong stuff, people like they learned it from somewhere, so you can learn it. That's why it's really
right,
good to like really know and tap into yourself, because once you really tap into yourself, you know these exercises, so you
hmm
can go and tap in and go into the mental world and learn it. Like you have a dream, you can like go in that world when you're dreaming and learn moves you bring into the physical world. Like if you get on that level,
right, right.
yeah. Because a lot of the stuff people learn, they learning it from somewhere. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't learn online, but like you said, like you don't want to be around a lot of fake ass shit. There's a lot of fake shit on here, like people from
Right,
me, and a lot of the people who even have these courses, they're copying it from somebody just to make money. And
right, bro, right, fam. And like what I'm saying is like I'm in a real experimental phase right now to where like I want to do my shit to where okay, people will say, yeah, I'm getting results, but it's not gonna be like too long when I'm in that experimental phase. It's gonna be like probably for even like what a month, and then I'll be
yeah,
like drop the course and stuff like that. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna be real, like this is I'm liking the results so far, and it's like
hmm,
it's helping my mental and stuff like that. Not even
yeah,
just mental. I don't want to sound like generic and shit, but
yeah. I know what
just
you
know,
mean on a deep level, like just your awareness in general.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's helping my awareness, and also the reason why I was doing sex Qigong is because I think fucking is important.
hmm, yeah. I'm not saying it isn't. It is. It is for those. It is for those who need it. Yeah, and for it is like it is for those who it is. I just keep it like that.
Right, right,
Some people really don't even need it, but that's very few. But like it is though. Like it helps. It's the reason we're here. So
right, 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 and um, it also really helped with my like crippling anxiety because if you got hella six house placements, you have anxiety
you a
to
lot
the
of
point
worry.
where
Yeah, I
yeah,
have,
you
I
have
have a
it.
6 house stellium.
Yeah, I have a six house stellium too, and it's in Scorpio, and
Okay, mine's is an Aquarius.
yeah, like sometimes my anxiety, even though sometimes it wouldn't look like it, sometimes my anxiety would be intense. Like a
Hmm.
I start hyperventilating. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah, I used to get like that too. Back in 2012 was the first and last time I went through that within 2012. And like I said, it was really bad, and then I got out of that. And then I feel like I said, like me doing yoga is what really got me out of that rut of intense anxiety is the yoga. Like
Hmm.
I've been doing that. That's why that's why I focus on the yoga a lot, because I feel like that really is what got me out of that. Like for you is probably the qigong. Everyone, because
Hmm.
there's no one way. It's not like qigong's better than yoga or yoga's better than qigong, or it's everyone depending on who you are. Some people are gonna take, like, even when they talk about the whole
I don't really want to say breatharian path because it's not even called that. It's just you developing energy, and one of the benefits of developing a lot of energy is you not needing to eat. So when you're on the path of developing energy, some people they take on qigong, some people they do yoga, some people they do breath work. It's different ways to build up the energy channels. But one thing it does you do need is the spine needs to be in alignment, and there needs to be no blockages within the spine. But just because there's no blockages in the spine doesn't mean you have built energy. Because not only do you have to align the spine, you have to generate the energy. Like if you have an electrical cord and it's not plugged in, there's going to be no current.
Right.
So just because the spine is aligned, there needs to be a current, and how you generate that current is through different. You gotta the energy needs to be invoked, or it needs to be turned on, and you turn that on by getting into like awareness and getting. You got to get turned on, and you do that by there's meditations or certain experiences in life you go through. Something can it gets turned. It's mainly a thing that's turned on based upon your journey and what's to you. So everybody's different. Some people they get it turned on. When my shit was turned on, I went through a psychosis because my spine was blocked. And when you have this, when your spine is not in alignment and you have this energy turned on, it's not able to flow and it can cause
You
psychosis. So
you
that's
you went through psychosis. That's a funny experience because I went through like it wasn't even it wasn't like it wasn't psychosis per se, but I can say it's psychosis. Like certain experiences would just start replaying in my head, and it felt
I
like
went
they were
to
real.
I went through that too, but I went to shit where I thought like there was a time back in 2019 I couldn't even sleep in my house. I didn't even want to sleep in my house because I thought like there was like monsters in there or some shit. Like it was some weird shit where I was like seeing monsters, and I thought like when people are schizophrenic and they think something's out to get them.
Hmm.
I can understand that because like I thought like there was gonna be like it was just weird. Like it was like I was seeing certain like hallucinogenic demonic faces. And I don't want to say demonic. It wasn't like I was just seeing a bunch of shit like you see like in a nightmare. And I thought like something was in my house, even though I knew it wasn't rational. It was something that I couldn't turn off, and like I was scared as fuck. And it was because I was doing the when I was aligning my spine, it brought out certain fears. So
Oh,
yeah, I had to deal with those fears, and as I kept doing the stretches, it slowly dissipated. Like it was there, but it was slowly dissipating.
yo, what?
Yeah,
Yo, I'm gonna have to do more yoga, and I was trying to do like the sexual tantra yoga just to see what it was about and stuff like that. Um, and like I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes like I don't really trust the internet, but when I was doing the yoga, like, I just felt like this release system.
like you felt like you know when you put those things around your arm for the blood pressure and it tightens and then it
Yeah,
releases at the end and then you can feel like the blood flow. That's you kind of felt that in your spine. It's
yeah,
like
yeah. Like
something
I
was tight and then it just got released and you're able to like be more like it's a different even it's a different type of release than qigong. Like it's more like because qigong is more like you're building energy
hmm
with it, you're building your energy body versus this is more like this is your physical body's getting released for
yeah,
with
yeah.
yoga. Like it's more you feel it more physical, like on a base level, and then you're able
Yeah.
to like yeah, it's hard to explain.
No, I know what you're talking about. Like in words, I put it like yoga was more like you could circulate that energy in your body. Qigong was like you building up the energy. And then
It's like because the energy's already within you, and you just gotta. It needs to flow through you. So you gotta the you straighten up the spine isn't really guaranteeing the energy just flowing because everyone's energy is different, right? So
mhm.
my like me, this is why like I went through psychosis in 2012 because my spine was so crunched, so the energy couldn't flow, so it caused psychosis. As I released my spine, the energy was able to flow. Therefore, my mind, I was thinking differently, I was seeing differently, hearing differently. Like everything felt more like alive because the energy is able to flow through me because as I'm releasing my spine. But
Right.
this is why you got the fasting, the qigong yoga, because the fasting is going to cleanse the blood. Even if your spine is straight, if your blood isn't cleansed, then you're still going to have those blockages because your blood has to be cleansed. The spine needs to be straight, and then the energy body that needs to be built. So that's how you
Man,
get really. That's how you get in a real like health, like the vibe and mode. Like this is what really will get you in tune and like to the point where you can be yourself extremely and authentically easy. Like no, all these traumas, all these issues that just goes away, and you're able to be more like not bothered by bullshit. You don't have nothing that's affecting you.
right, right. I could say from my experience, like there's a whole bunch of shit that was so undealt with, like, and like you would think that like in the circumstance I'm in, like, oh, that should be easy, but nah, like on this journey, bro, like I have so much insecurities, like doubts and shit. And I was like, bro, like this shit is like really real and it's like coming up and like it's getting fixed. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
all the way from school and shit, all the way from growing up and stuff like that. Like I'm like, God damn. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying like it's like super duper bad, but it's like certain stimuli get activated and I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like,
Like stuff you forgot about comes up, and then certain even like the positive things, like certain ways, certain like you know, like it always used to back up, made me laugh. Like people like, oh, when I was young, I used to feel everything was happy and good. When I hear somebody say that, that just shows somebody who hasn't healed. Because once you really fully cleanse and heal, you feel even better than when you were younger. That's
oh
how
man, bro.
you
I'm
feel
not
better
gonna
than when you actually look at when you were younger. It's not even you didn't even feel as good because you when you really get this energy up, you feel like you're young again.
oh man, bro. Like, I'm gonna just say from personal experience, 2025, I felt alive versus like 2023, where I felt kind of like muggy a little bit.
Okay.
2025, I would say the energy, even though I still got certain insecurities and stuff like that I gotta deal with,
Yeah.
is just getting purged. You get what I'm saying? Like all them insecurities just getting purged. And then
Yeah.
every time I go outside, I could really feel the outside elements, me just like that empowering my being too.
Yeah. You just let's you just you pretty much you just keep on it, man. Because you young and you're going through this, so any mistakes you make, don't even be too hard on yourself. Because you're doing a lot compared to what most people are doing, like mentally. Like this shit, you're gonna thank yourself down the line because a lot of issues, especially once you get towards your Saturn return, because that's
Hmm.
usually the time where a lot of people start making like they realize like what they need to be doing in life. Like they remind when I went through my Saturn return, that's when I realized like I need. That's when I started fasting. I did my first 40-day fast, and that was when I started fasting. Was during that time, and I realized I didn't need food and shit. But and then it made me realize like damn, all of these years Like it was funny because everyone always talks about how they like the Saturn return for me personally because I have a Saturn in Aquarius. That Saturn loves to be in Aquarius, so maybe that was the reason. But
Hmm.
that was like the time of my life where I felt my sanity for the first time was during my Saturn return, like 2020, 2021. That's when my sanity, I actually felt it normal for the first time, probably since I was like 4 or 5. Because after that, I was like always mentally in some bullshit. So around my Saturn return is when I felt normal. That's why I say 2020 was a year like my sanity, at least I felt normal. But before that, I'm not to say I was really like I was like doing shit, but I was always like fucking like in a mental rut.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Right. Damn. So like you hit a Saturn return. When was that? Like 2020?
yeah, 2020 was my Saturn return. With
Damn.
the end of 2021. Wait, the end of 2020. That's when Saturn went to Aquarius. December
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
But
Damn.
it went in for like a few months, March 2020. Then it left.
Damn. Damn. See, this is motivating me because it's like if I'm out here doing like shit like this and stuff like that, I'm not saying you not doing it, but like it's kind of motivating me because it's like if I'm the only one doing it, I'll be a living, walking testimony of like, this shit
Yeah,
work and how to do it and shit. And it's like, damn, like nobody else doing this shit.
for real. That's what I'm saying. It's good that like they don't even like feel like you gotta teach anybody. They just do your the people that gravitate to what you're doing. Just keep it like that. Like we're not even in a time right now to teach anybody. You're not gonna influence anybody. You're never gonna get anyone, even your family. They're not gonna understand what you're doing. Don't even waste your time because everyone's worried about the wrong thing right now, and they're just gonna have to suffer and make a mistake and fail and then try again. Because
Oh
everybody
my
like,
God.
yeah, you're worried because what you're worried about is stuff that's gonna get you things, and even you already have things. I'm sure other people look at you like, how the hell you get that? And then they're trying to focus on that exclusively, but all the shit you get is just like it's nothing really. It's just it's like the symptom of it. Like even like I talk about the breatharian. Like I used to put so much emphasis on not eating. That shit is just a symptom, and I'm realizing that because like now it's like I can't even really eat anything. Like the only thing I eat now is organic chicken, and there's these fries I get from Whole Foods. There's organic crinkle cut fries. If it's not that, and I eat it, I can't get it. Like it doesn't taste right, and I can't stomach it. And even then, I don't even eat that much no more. And I noticed it's like because I've been doing this yoga since like 2000. It's funny, 2021. Um, Aquarius season, the first Aquarius season of my Saturn return. I have a Saturn in Aquarius. So when Saturn was conjunct my sun in Aquarius, for the first time, that was the first time I did my first yoga session.
Hmm.
Was 2021.
Hmm.
That was the first because I remember I told you I started doing yoga in 2021. That was during my Saturn return. The first my when the sun was conjunct Saturn in Aquarius on my Saturn return when I started doing yoga in 2021. So and I've been doing it every day since then. And when I did it, that's how I got a lot of my mental sanity back because of that. Because before that, I had headaches 24/7, like literally head. That's why I was drinking and taking a lot of pills, and I was drinking and smoking like all the time because mainly to offset the headache. But I would say probably around 2020 I forgot when the headaches disappeared because it was such a slow process. Like I remember one day, like I haven't had a headache in a few months. I didn't even know because it changed over time. It's like a kid growing up to be 3 to like 17. You don't see them grow, but over the years, like they're like a new person. But that's how it was when you're at least when I was healing. doing this shit. It was like such a slow ass process. And I'm like
Right.
certain issues I had over the years, I forgot I even had them. I have to look back and be like, I used to have certain OCD, certain tics, certain like depression, and they dissipated very slow, but surely, but slowly they dissipated. And it got to a point where I didn't even know. I realized like, oh, I used to have headaches all the time. Like I remember, like it's weird. And like
Right.
even my appetite, I can't eat like I used to though. Like I had some. It was what was it? It was potato and cauliflower curry. Something told me don't eat it. I was like, don't. It's like don't eat it. Something told me. I went and had a little bit of it. My stomach was fucked up. I was like, I knew I shouldn't have ate it. Like I can't eat anything really. And like the thing is though, I don't need it. Like I tried eating some other shit. Like the only thing I can eat is like I said, the chicken and the fries. The organic fries, and I don't even put nothing on it. And the chicken, I only season it with hot pepper and salt. That's it. And like that's the only thing I can eat. And fruit, and even fruit. That's another thing I can't even eat. Like I had some apples at the grocery store. That shit, I didn't feel right eating that. Like I'm literally getting to a point where I don't think I'm supposed to be eating food. I literally don't think so because how food makes me feel. I feel like in the next couple years, I'm not gonna be needing to eat shit because I feel like food is a waste of it drains my energy, and most of the food I get sick. It's even if it's organic fruit, like I had some organic apples, that shit got
Mhm.
me. That shit got me sick. Like it got me
Yo,
nauseated. Like the spirit was telling me, don't even eat this shit. You don't need it.
from my experience,
Yeah, and did this happen to me? The more I do yoga, like you said, like the more you do qigong, the more I do the yoga, I notice this occurs. Like the knot in my neck, it gets smaller, and it's like my appetite. And it's weird because it's not like, oh, I'm not hungry no more. It's that, but it's more like I don't have a. Because when you're not hungry, a lot of people look at breatharianism like, oh, I'm not hungry. Like after you're full, you're not hungry. No, that's not what it is. It's just like you just don't need food. Like you don't even think about it. Like I just go a whole day and I don't eat. Like there be times where I be trying to wait till I'm hungry. Like I remember I bought some food a few weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna eat this for dinner. And I was sitting here waiting for myself to get hungry, and I'm like, I just wasted my money. Cause as I'm doing the yoga, like every month, every day, my appetite decreases. So like 2 months ago, my appetite wasn't where it is now. So sometimes I'll buy food thinking I'm gonna eat it, but then I realize I don't need to eat it because my appetite's diminishing as time goes on. So I'll be like waiting like to be hungry, and I'll be like, I wasted money getting this, and I didn't even eat it, or I'll eat it and I don't enjoy it because I'm not really that hungry. And like even if I go like 5 days on a fast, while I'm on that fast and I break my fast, it doesn't feel satisfying to eat. Like, you know, when you eat, like, oh, I just haven't ate for 5 days. It doesn't feel satisfying like that no more. And
hmm
even when I eat, I could taste the chemicals in the food. Like, I ate a watermelon after I broke a 7 day dry fast. That watermelon tasted the food. Like when I break my fast, toxic food tastes horrible because I could taste all the chemicals in it. Like it tastes like the GMO and there's this lemonade I drink, or it's organic lemonade. I drink that shit every time I break my fast. If I drink it, it tastes like mold or it tastes sour. Because you guys gotta understand, all the any type of food that comes in a package is spoiled. Because you know how it says best buy date is 2027, and you be thinking it's fresh into 2000. No, it's spoiled, but you don't taste it because you guys aren't used to it. But that shit is all rotten. But they put chemicals so it can mitigate the rottenness and you don't taste it. But me, I could taste this shit. So if I eat some chips, even though it expires in 2 years, it tastes rotten because my taste buds is so like sensitive to this shit. So like most of the food is all of it's rotten. Even the organic fruit is rotten. But I'm not gonna say tell you guys to don't eat food because that just doesn't that's unfeasible. It doesn't make sense. Me personally, I need to cut back, but I would. People need to eat. People need food. That's just the way. Because how I
life
got
is.
to, yeah, how I got to where I was is years. of daily practice and doing
Mm.
yoga and having a fourth effort to want to do this. Other people don't have that. You can't wake up in the morning and be where I'm at. You'll die. So it's not feasible for anybody to fucking be breatharian like that. That's why all those breatharians that be all like, oh, the world needs to go breatharian. Like, nigga, you fucking retarded. The world will never go breatharian. It doesn't make any sense.
First
I
of all,
even
some people don't even have the the conscious spirit to even get that shit even going. Like
mm-hmm.
I remember way back then, not way back then. I remember like back then some dude came on your live in like 2024 saying that like he could barely like he did this shit for months and it wouldn't even work and shit like that.
Just an
Like
Indian dude.
no, it was a black dude that was on your
Oh,
live.
okay.
Like I was just replying to like the whole world needs to be breatharian and keep going when it's
Mm-hmm.
like this shit don't even work for some people. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Cause
Yeah.
like even that one black dude that was on your live, he said it took him a couple months for him to even feel the energy. And that took me like 10 minutes to feel the energy. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
I'm not I'm not saying like nobody's better than anybody or
It just depends on what it is for you. Like some
yeah,
people, it's not meant for them to be that, and maybe you meant to do something else. But
yeah, right.
that I've noticed that as well. Like even with like the yoga thing, there's people who've been doing yoga for longer than me. There's yoga teachers I see that have been doing it for 20 years, longer than me. They eat shit like their diet is out of they eat like hamburgers or they eat all these acai bowls and smoothies. I can't eat any of that shit. If I eat go get like a smoothie, even healthy shit you would think is healthy. Like I'll get nauseated and my stomach and this started happening after I started doing yoga. The first time was in 2021. I used to go to this taco truck and like 3 months after I started doing yoga, this is the first time I ever got a whiff of this. I went to the taco truck and it just didn't taste the same. Like I ate and it didn't like it tasted like the same shit, but it didn't hit me. Like you know when you eat something and you get full and fulfilled and satisfied. Like I ate it, but I wasn't really like I felt like I didn't need to eat it. Like I wasn't hungry, but even though I was hungry, and I remember I went on
Damn.
yeah, and I went on a 3 day fast, and I ended it. And I ate some Chinese food, and I didn't even really like it didn't satisfy me. Like I'm like I just if after 3 days of fasting, I'd be gulping that shit down and enjoying it. I felt like I didn't even need it. I kind of felt like I was poisoning my body. Like that was the first time. And then as I got longer, and like it's to the point where I can't. It's I just can't eat shit. Like I can't eat nobody's cooking. Like if I like for Thanksgiving, oh you want to go, but I can't. I'm not gonna eat your food because I could only eat organic chicken and those like crinkle cut fries and the organic ones, and that's it. Anything else I eat, like even if it's like regular chicken that's not organic, and it was like some fries, if it's not organic, I can't eat it. Like my stomach will be able to tell the difference, and it won't even taste good to me. And even this
Right.
shit that I eat, like I don't even. It's all I just eat it because it's the only thing that I can literally get down right now.
Right,
Most of the
right,
shit is just is weird. Like I noticed that, like
right. That's funny you say that because like for me, um, I notice when I eat, I I experience more of the pleasure. But
yeah,
like every
I used to do that too. Like, if anything, I probably like I abuse food. I'm probably the person who abused food more than I probably. However bad you think you abuse food, I did it way more than you. I wasn't.
mm,
No, I'm not get me wrong. Like I was always like this. Like look at it like I'm on the extreme spectrum.
hmm
I'm on the like I can't handle food, but about 5 years ago, if you ask people in my family and people who are around me, they will tell you I was addicted. Like, because you know how you have some people that be like, oh, like they'll go to, they say I want to eat pizza or I want to eat candy, but then they can't like. I used to shoplift and steal food, so I was like I used to have like refrigerator full of chicken and I used to be munching on food all the time because I wasn't paying for it. So I was abusing food to the point where I would eat constantly and smoke and eat. Like if I wanted candy, if I wanted whatever I wanted, I used to just eat it. And I used to eat to the point. I remember when I was smoking weed years ago. I smoked so
Damn, how
much.
the fuck you wasn't fat?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's weird. Like I would eat so much to the point where I couldn't eat no more. And then I remember I only did this one time. I threw up just so I can get the food out so I can eat some more because I wanted to eat, but I couldn't eat because I was so full, but I still wanted to eat. So I threw up to get the food out so I could eat some more. That's how like but I only did that one time though. I was so high and I was like, I never did it after that. But like there'll be times where like I'll get like food and then I will like get groceries or get a whole bunch of food from the store and then I wouldn't be hungry and I'll be literally waiting all day just to get hungry so I can eat. That's how much I enjoyed like eating. But I abuse it so much and I feel like the spirit put me through like this is why I feel like this is part of the reason I'm going through what I'm going through because I abuse it so much where this is where like I can't even enjoy it though because when you it's like I abuse it so much the spirit cut that pleasure out from me to enjoy it because I was abusing it because I used to just abuse food like crazy like I used to just eat whatever and I even have a video on my fucking page I'm gonna post the share when I'm done with this live. I had a whole container of the snacks and I would eat that whole shit just sit there and like it
The
was
whole
crazy. Yeah, I didn't eat all of it, but it was a lot like M&Ms, beef jerky, cereal, fucking like
just a whole bunch
Snickers,
of
M&Ms.
bullshit.
Yeah, it was bullshit. Like this was like back in 2020 when I ate this shit. I would just eat and I would literally just pop tarts, just all that bullshit. And I didn't like look at it like it was something bad. I just looked at it like it was food that I liked eating.
Ugh.
I remember I went into a fucking Dollar Tree. No, it was a gas station, and they had like the beef jerky sticks, the Tillamook, the spicy jalapeno. You know how they have the container, the big container, and they have the beef sticks in it. I went into
Mhm.
the gas station and I took the container and just walked out. And then the white lady was like, "Fuck you! Don't ever come back here again." Because I hella wanted some beef sticks. I used to eat like 5 of them a day. I was addicted to them, and I went in there and I just took the whole. It was like about 50 in there. I took the whole thing and just walked out. It was by the door, and she was like, "Fuck you! Don't ever come here again." She got hella mad, and I ate all that shit like in a week.
So
Cause
why did they?
yeah
So damn.
I was like my whole life was just like I was living to eat. Like I would literally look forward. Like when I was full, I would look forward to eating. So like that was like a problem that I had. So like I feel like that is like part of the reason why like the spirit led me down this path. So like now it's like all the food that I used to eat, I look at like I don't even want no more. Like some of this should be making me sick. Like how the fuck did I eat that shit? Like it's like the spirit or something was like, oh hell no, and he took all that shit away. So now I can't even.
Damn. Damn. So it played out for you like that. Damn.
Yeah,
So
like so, like it wasn't like oh, like when people look at me like oh, I've always been like this. No, like 99% chance. Like you know how those people on a 500 pound life, I
mhm.
abuse food. I abuse food like that. Like, but I
Damn.
just didn't get fat. Like if people like my brother, my sister, they gain weight. Like I'm like the only skinny one besides my dad in the family. Like it played out like that, just me being skinny. But like my sister, my brother, they gain weight. They don't even eat like me, or they didn't
Damn.
eat like me.
Damn. I heard Virgos. I heard Virgos and yeah, I heard Virgos they could maintain they shape really good and shit. You said because you
I seen
said
some overweight. I don't. I seen some overweight Virgos.
you didn't seen damn.
They
Bro,
probably mean it as in if they're disciplined they can lose weight, but as far as just getting overweight, probably opposite actually. Pisces will probably be the one that can maintain it, because Pisces are more in their mind, and the mind, where the mind goes, the body goes. So the Pisces will just not probably get big based on just how they mind things. Versus Virgo, they're always stressing. They stress eat. They probably worried about getting fat, which is gonna make them fat. You see what I'm saying? Like, because Virgo, they got like a stick in their ass. They think that they
Right.
better. They think, oh, they're always stressing about what people think about them or
Right.
shit like that.
Right.
So
With me, man, with me, I'm a Capricorn, bro. Like over the years, I'm not gonna lie, like I never got fat, but once I started working out, especially with Qigong and shit, um, my body, my body was more structured and shit.
mhm.
But freaking, I had got the Virgo shit because I just noticed how Virgos, if they work hard, Virgo and Aquarius, if they work hard, they could get a really good body. But it's like you said, like they be overstressing and shit. And
Yeah,
then with the food thing, like I really notice no difference when I eat food. When I don't eat food, I'm not as hungry. But when I do eat food, I don't keep going. I'm like, oh damn, this is good. But I don't overeat myself. I'm like, okay, after this burger, I'm done. And then
yeah,
like with me, I can still eat and shit like that. But I do notice the fact that, like I'm not worrying about food as much and shit. I'm just like chilling.
yeah. You just know when to eat, and just that's how most people, we all need to do. But yeah, but
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to end this live stream. I gotta go do some shit.
But
But
all right, P. All
yeah,
right, peace.
I'm gonna be back on, and then we can continue go some more, because it's been a minute. But
All
shit.
right, peace.
All right then, Mysterio, shout out.
I bet.
Yep. All right then. And then anybody who wants to hit me, I got left my email. If you guys want to hit me in the email, I don't click links, so yeah, I don't click links in my email. So if you send me a link, I won't be able to click it because I know somebody who just got scammed, and I'm very paranoid to click any link in an email. Maybe I get a burner phone. But I'm gonna hit you guys up later. I might go to bed or something because I'm kind of tired right now. But shout out to everybody in the room who stuck around. This is a 3 hour live stream. I'm gonna keep doing these. I love doing these live streams. So, but I'm out, guys. All right then.